three, the two instead, and Reed with the rebound. And they want to push the tempo. Sallis denied. Powell got in there. Here's Johnson straight on. That clangs away.
Able to knock down that first one.
Yesterday he hit 7 threes. That's a Carolina record in the ACC tournament.
Him make it on the first team at All ACC, because when you consider that both he and R.J. Davis are returning first team All ACC performers, R.J. Davis' numbers very well could have been better than.
Here's Sallis. A long one coming. Got that one. That rattles home for 3.
And Hunter Sallis not concerned.
Reed, all 3 of those guys turned over for Sallis. He has Fredrickson running with him. The scoop, no. The follow, yes, by Sallis.
Hunter Sallis not conceding that it will be a there, denying multiple opportunities. One by just using his length, and second coming up with the block shot.
Sallis, tough move, heavy traffic, gets it to go.
That's a determined bucket, OB. Hunter right now, OB. They've turned the basketball over 9 times, and they're giving up offensive rebounds. They're fortunate to only be down 3.
Sallis, a tough time all season shooting the 3. It's been silenced for most of the first half, but coming to life here at the tail end. Sallis real active, rolls it in. Nice touch.
And nice job getting to the mid-range by Hunter Sallis. Great play by Ian Jackson, not settling for the jump shot, but getting downhill.
Sallis on a blow-by. No. A battle for the rebound, and that's how the first.
Jackson, we saw him do a great job early in the first half. RJ has figured out how they're trying to guard him.
Sallis pounding it and dropping in a line drive bucket.
That's also a way to.
And back out for Sallis. Commanding the ball again. He'll shoot it.
Nice job there by fouling Ben Allen Lubin to get that offensive rebound, standing his ground defensively.
Sallis again. Great determination. He was not going to be denied.
We've seen that from Hunter Sallis in the men's basketball program, and he's surrounded by royalty there, but also guys with a lot of GM experience when you start thinking about Mitch Kupchak, who was the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Reed kicks it back out for Blue. Shot clock a factor, down to 4 now.
I'm not sure they know.
Sallis with a shot, can't stick it. Big fight for the rebound and a whistle.
How about
10 lead changes today in a low-scoring affair in the 50s. Sallis to penetrate, sticks it.
I'll tell you what, how about the battle that we've had from the seniors, from Duke Harris, which gave him that 4, and now takes him out of the game.
Fredrickson in. Lubin with the block, defending his bat. And a great pass by Cadeau.
And the lob executed perfectly.
Sallis fighting back for 2. A minute. Wake's got to hurry. Sallis gets a long one in the air. He can't stick it.
And get a bid to the NIT. But the dream was to play in the NCAA this season.
Sallis with the drive. Can't follow his own miss. No sense to foul now.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, they're letting him play on both ends here early on in the game.
Sallis for 3. And that's the only area of his game that's taken us. Salisbury, North Carolina. Got more and more playing time. He's had an excellent freshman year. We'll hear a lot from him in the future. Sallis short on the 15-footer, and Hildreth there to pick it up. Sallis for 3. Not going to be there.
Unfortunate, Hildreth, the 4.
And now from downtown is Sallis. He's only hit.
Try to build inside out, get things in the lane, put your head down, drive.
Georgia Tech has not scored in almost 9 minutes. They field goal. They have 1 free throw in the game, but they've given it their all for 4 years here at Georgia, or rather at Wake Forest. That one rejected out of bounds by Ndongo. And
perfect for a track.
Sallis, nice head fake. Was off balance and missed everything. And Sallis gets it back. He'll shoot a three, and it goes in.
There's
by Hildreth. And he thought about it, bounces it into Johnson, who will kick it out to Sallis for three, and that's a big exchange right there.
Yeah, and I thought
But just run it down.
he's in the free safety position back there. Great job.
And then Sallis at the other end drops it home. That's just about as far as you possibly can to come to Winston-Salem.
I'll tell you what, well, Duncan Powell's another guy for Georgia Tech who's been crisscrossing across the country.
Lost the handle. And Harris going to slow it down.
Nate George has just not been the same player. Wow.
I tell you that. I mean, that.
In this conference.
They're going to lose a ton at the end of this year. I mean, he's got to reload the entire team, basically, for next year, but he's already is no better than beating James Madison at home early in the year. Another quad 3 win.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Well, he made the
Primary offender, only 22% at the three-point line. Hildreth on the drive. Sallis trying the window, but no. Rebound knocked right out of the hands of Efton Reed.
And he trusts Tyrese Proctor, but I'm not sure that's the shot you're looking for when you haven't been able to scratch as of yet.
Makes 41%. Sallis again on the run. Here's Proctor.
Once again, I don't think that's the shot John Shire wants as he calmly walks back to the bench. But the Blue Devils now 0 of 5 from the field.
Sallis with another miss and a whistle. So bouts for Wake tonight. Shot clock a factor. Down to 2. Sallis took a look at it. Launches a long one. And nothing but air. And a shot clock violation. FSU, he couldn't see. It really blurred his vision when he got hit. Only played the 7 minutes in the first half. Sallis with a tough shot.
That's where Sallis is so special when you get him in the middle.
And the success of Duke. And why they are 26-3, 17-1 in the ACC. Sallis again. Boy, what a difficult shot. He's made a couple.
It really is, and he's been able to make tough shots.
Consecutive sellout here.
Efton Reed, who made a 3 at the end of the first half, going to pass that one up.
Sallis airborne, hit it. He's going to the line, looking for a three-point play.
An opportunity.
He's got 10 to shoot. Got a crossover, nearly lost it. Now the pull-up, and he can't hit it.
Doubled that up in the first half against Auburn, made 6 and changed that game here where the Blue Devils beat the #1 team in Cameron.
In traffic, no chance on that one. Knipple, but a lot of schools, and she's phenomenal. We had a chance to chat with her recently, and impressive, barely scratches the surface with her.
Yeah, Race is my little sis, of course. Former Nike executive
Shooter, that's preferable, and look for them. Look for Wake Forest, try to get the ball out of his hands as much as possible.
Sallis all the way to the bucket and cannot connect. So each team
Ending around, and this is a big time shot at the end of the clock.
Davis not a bad three-point shooter for a player 6'10". Little fade away by Sallis in the lane and knocked out of bounds at Believe.
Actually got some very good looks off of those offensive rebounds, just not able to convert. Wake having all kinds of
Chapel Hill.
So far, pretty good transition defense by Notre Dame, not giving up any easy baskets.
And Sallis just can't find the bottom of the basket.
And he's got.
Well, Efton Reed has barely touched the. Matter of fact, I'm not sure he's touched the ball at all. There's a 3 way off the mark by Sallis.
And really,
Johnson just pounding. Burton gets a takeaway. And Sallis with authority. And a timeout for with a great recruiting class coming in next year. His son, we brought up, Braden Shrewsbury, out for the year. And Sallis a fadeaway to tie the game.
yeah, he's back in.
Finds in the corner Hildreth, who wanted to take it. And now Sallis into the lane, in and out.
Well, that's the thing with Wake. I mean, with the group out.
Hildreth with a rebound. 2:22 to go until halftime. Here's Sallis, a rare three. Went down about a third of the way and popped back. Then missing the layup underneath is Konechny. Here's Sallis attacking the basket. Too strong.
This is how the first half started. There's no space for him to get through, and he somehow found it.
The ACC's leading scorer. Now Sallis can't find the bottom. He's having a rough night. That they need from Jai remainder of this year and then the next 2 years. And a bucket and a foul. Silly foul there by Jai, and Sallis working on Roper, spins into the lane, in and out, and able to tip it out of there is Spillers.
Well, great job keeping it alive. There were 3 bodies around.
And Wake has the lead as the veteran. Sallis demanding the ball, defended by Konechny. And a 3-ball. Didn't even catch iron.
No, I thought he was defending.
Down.
I can't say that.
Dumb it down for the Buckeyes. Here's Sallis, pulls up, and he's money. Down the stretch so far. Switch off, 5 on the shot clock. Sallis in the lane, and Notre Dame with a chance. 17 seconds.
Deacon's starting 5 as they look to bounce back after that tough loss at NC State over the weekend. Right down the lane, Hunter Sallis hammers it home.
Talk about 2 pretty now.
Sallis answers on the other end.
You let him get there, it's money. That's his shot. He gets to that ACC.
The 10. Here's Jucara spanking down Tate Murray. Kicks out for Sallis. Sallis in attack mode. Pull up, pop, sticks it.
Good a shot as you'll see there. He gets to that ACC.
There's Sallis working against Andrew Rohde. Shot clock down to 6. Comes up short on the 3.
That's a shot I like to see Hunter. Now Wake has gone with Omaha Blue with the 5, so they're playing small ball.
And Sallis, that mid-range showing off again.
It just, every time he gets it, get down.
Starting with tonight, here's Sallis. He's been money in the mid-range. Muscles it up, didn't get a clean look. Tapped out to Ames. Sallis gets to that ACC logo and cashes in again.
Money shot. I mean, he gets there for Sallis.
Hildreth has a step, trying to kick it to the corner. Ricochets to Sallis, lines up the 3. Can't hit it.
Good possession with the D's. Virginia has a high-low action themselves.
Cavaliers shooting 60% in this first half. Hunter Sallis, big-time 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. Their resume cannot afford a 3rd loss in 4 games. Sallis pull-up pop, missed it. He's had 13 points in this first half, but can't finish.
Shoot 63% from the field. They've had their way. They've really had little resistance. You'll score enough points to win. Can you get enough stops to win?
20 minutes to save the Wake Forest season.
That's 3 fouls. We can ill afford to pick up his 4th here.
Sallis, patient, now fires, can't connect.
Virginia went to their zone, 1 possession. Now they're back to man-to-man. And again, don't settle. Attack the rim.
Sallis does just that in attack mode and delivers. Another one. Virginia's lead is down to 7. Plenty of time for Wake Forest. Sallis splits 2. Count it. Plus the foul. Hunter Sallis flying through. Sallis has a step, pulls up, and hits.
Great job there coming up. In talking to Coach Sanchez, he's grown in how things have been for him during the season.
Sallis throws it down, but could it be too little, too late? Points tonight. Has delivered a huge blow to the Wake Forest resume. Sallis misfires from 3.
Just a couple of those that were halfway down. Sallis gets to take a shot from the field. He's gotten to the line twice. There's his first attempt, and it's left short. To make the ACC tournament. Top 15 of the 18 teams will get to Charlotte. Sallis hunting for a shot now, and he missed it. One of the tough things, if you don't get good, picked up 2 early fouls and was limited in that half. Wake Forest got a lot of scoring off its bench. They typically don't get many minutes off the bench. There's Sallis.
Love it. He got it back, Kevin. That's the
same as it was every game. Yeah, that was very consistent. Reed for 3. Around and out. And there's Sallis on the offensive glass. Did you get 71 in a game? Pittman with 3 fouls will get a breather.
NC State started the game pretty hot, and then the second group came in and lost it. And right off the bat, you come into the game, if you don't communicate, talk, be loud.
Hill almost took it away. Sallis down the lane.
Seconds together.
Sallis, 8 of his 11 in the second half. Inside Hill, easily blocked by Middlebrooks. Wake Forest is Taylor driving, no. Spillers was in there to defend with Sallis. And here's a pull-up 3, and it's no good.
Solid, now you got a smaller lineup for Wake.
Spillers, Omaha Malou. Reads off the floor with 4 fouls. Sallis, good contest by O'Connell. Remember, Wake Forest has hit just 2 threes. They haven't hit a field goal since the 10-19 mark. Sallis blocked by Stiles. Wow.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
For Drew Harris, you can't be hesitant. If you have an open look, you have to take it. You have to be aggressive.
That man will be aggressive. One of the top scorers in the ACC, Hunter Sallis. 5 on the shot clock. Spillers. Reed able to bat it back. Sallis for 3. And the Deeks continue to fight on the offensive end. Frederick, sitting rebounder in the league, can step out and knock down shots. He's got 6 double-doubles already this year. Sallis off the curl, no. Reed again with a tap back to Sallis, and they'll reload. SMU, how much more does he have on his plate on both ends of the floor than normal without Boopy Miller playing, Eric?
Well, he's guarding the best player on the other team, usually anyway. But offensively, has great guard play, and they also have inside scoring with cement.
And now Tibet Goriner, also from Turkey, into the game for the first time. And Sallis puts up a wedgie. Off the bench with some offense.
Well, all SMU's forwards are versatile, mobile. They're capable of putting it on the ground. They can shoot the ball a little bit. Next man up mentality.
Team. Pass off the hand of Harris. Shot clock down to 6. Sallis rises up and puts up a brick. Just over 5 minutes to go. And then why not let her rip?
Big shot going into half for SMU.
Johnson's shot beats the buzzer, but misses the iron altogether. Strong rebound. Wake has scored on 5 of its 6 possessions to start the half. Here is Sallis from the side. SMU down. President Bush, no doubt impressed. Sallis left alone, and he buries the 3.
Tough finish.
Sallis using the screen from Reed. Behind the back, driving on Edwards. Into traffic, no. Long rebound. Comes to SMU. Mustangs with numbers. 5 to shoot. Sallis being hounded by George. Able to get the shot on the rim, and Spillers.
And really taking him out of this ball game.
After a double-double in Tuesday's win over Pittsburgh, Igitolu is at a very quiet night. Cross tied up with...
And SMU is going to have to figure out a way how to attack the zone. Get the guy in the high post, have a short corner, and then be able to have shooters around the perimeter.
Oquendo off the Sallis miss.
Sallis, 7 to shoot. Double on Reed. Sallis relocates. A threes offline. The rebound, FSU.
And what a great block out by Ballou to keep the top offensive rebounder in the ACC. Ewan off the door. Sallis with the answer. That's what they like to do. Leonard Hamlin will tell you, your 5 may be better than my 5, but my 10 are better than your 10.
Sallis drifting, missing. Rebound and a putback dunk for Reed. And the lane, slicing, it's blocked. Hildreth on the run. Trailing 3, Sallis, yes. A hop step, stripped, wrenched loose by a Demon Deacon. Sallis looking for a second 3. And it's out of bounds to Florida State.
That was a little off the ball. You want to make that defense move before you drive it.
Sallis lights it up. And those 2 field goals with those early dunks. Extra pass. Sallis wiggles in, puts it through.
Now again, it worked out fine, but Reed needs to dunk the pressure of the ball.
Deep 3 from Sallis.
I don't know what that was.
10 to shoot. Sallis has a big on him. Sallis burrows, and he rattles it through.
You know, Ewan usually
their last 6 shots. Sallis gets inside, soft touch around the basket.
And you saw Watkins didn't go out.
Wake trying to move to 12-1 at home this year. Sallis out of bounds to the Seminoles.
Sallis tried to, again, I think it's hard against Florida State to pick up your dribble when you don't have any place to pass.
5 to shoot. Sallis rises up, spits out, rebound Florida State. Inside.
Footer. Tyler Johnson runs the point. Hildreth is from England. He leads the conference in steals. Reed, Sallis, and Trayvon Spillers round out the again.
And that's not surprising. He's a streaky player. You know, after one make, to see him shoot it right there, not surprising.
That was an early heat check.
Detritus is slow getting up. He's getting back to this end, but we have an advantage situation for Wake.
Sallis, no good. Wilkinson lost it. Here comes Sallis. And a nice finish at the rim.
You know, one of the phrases...
Get back to the comfortability of playing so much. And if you haven't watched Cal, Lee Dort comes in and basically gives you another big, strong body like Sissoko. Sallis grabbed Stojakovic with the offhand. They could have called that an offensive foul. They didn't, and he gets the...
And Dort as well, so they have depth and talent.
Sallis hanging in. And you see some of the athleticism. Being into Reed, can't get it to him. Now Sallis uses a little clock. Sallis, long 2, no good, and Blackshear the rebound, pushing it.
Determined by how you get it. That was a possession where they got to the paint, kicked it out, easy step in 3.
Here comes Stojakovic. Now Sallis. Sallis creates some room, no good. Sissoko with a rebound. Taylor Johnson spinning, no good. Ballou got it back. Sallis can't get it. Sissoko with a rebound. Hildreth steals it back, lobs it up. Sallis tips it in. What a sequence.
What a sequence is right. Great hands.
For his home village. It's a village, not a town. And Marty's like the mayor of the village.
Those are the kind of stories that make it really fun to be able to be a part of this game.
Sallis. Sallis. Good.
Minutes, milking the clock, getting really high-quality shots late in the shot clock. And the other thing they've done is they found a way to limit shots for Cal. Only one shot on the other end.
Sallis. Wake is 16 of 21 this.
Really says something about their program right now.
Gotta shoot it. He does, and it's good by Sallis.
And how much time on the shot clock? 1 second.
They were trouble. Revin Knight was a load. Mike Montgomery, one of his better teams he's coached here.
I think the Pac-10 that year had 4 Sweet 16 teams, and Stanford just has gone ice cold on offense after a really nice start. Sallis, step back 3. No. Offensive rebound. Shot blocked. Some of his teammates, I think, to start moving. Bad pass stolen by Sallis. Wake might have an advantage. Sallis on the attack. And a blocking foul. Batson commits the...
Yeah, in between there. I thought that's a shot he could make. He made it to close the half, but a little bit off balance.
Sallis from the free throw line came up short. Reed offensive rebound.
Basket.
Big time. His second 3 of the game, and Stanford's tied it up. Sallis, baseline, scores.
You think you're guarding him as Osiah Sellers. And the score.
That ties the game once again. Reno has 11. Sallis, free throw line, good. He loves that spot on the court.
Right, he'll quiet the crowd in any area. And like you say, he gets to the foul line. He's gotten there regularly this year.
That was good defense. Now Thompson trying to guard Sallis. Sallis elevates, gets another one.
He shoots the ball over outstretched hands. He went over.
Well, they're asking him to do a lot tonight with no point guard, but he's got 5 of Stanford's 13 turnovers. Sallis, 3, in and out.
Yeah, nice challenge by Maxine.
Defense on him. Fredrickson almost lost it. Let's see if Sallis can create a little crossover. Hits a 3. And they say it's a long 2.
Yep, he lifted his pivot. Pushes right on that. Good call.
Here's Sallis driving. Sallis contested short. Reed offensive rebound.
Yeah, again.
We saw him in the NIT last year. He had a double-double against Pitt for App State. There's a lot of double-doubles this year. Sallis, first shot of the game, comes 7 minutes in. Like it's stumped.
Doesn't get a lot of layups.
And Hildreth jumps in the passing lane, takes away from Austin. Sallis, top 2, off the window and good. Timeout, Jeff Capel.
ACC logo area.
Sallis hasn't been in the game in about 9 minutes. He'll hoist and he'll miss. So a disjointed score in the year. Dunn into Johnson, fumbles it, loses it. Ahead to Hunter Sallis. Sallis over Austin. Was badly. Shooting season. Much better today. Sallis kept the feet down. Driving it on Leggett. Rise and score for Sallis. 8-0 Wake Forest run.
Short closeout because you're quicker. Good recognition by Johnson.
Sallis. He's so good when he is given any space to run.
An impact winning.
One of 3 returning starters from a Wake team that was close to the tournament a year ago. Sallis off the window, and if you're Pitt, don't let Hunter Sallis get hot. Only shooting at 4 for 12, but he's up to a dozen. Rebounding, assisting, stealing, 2. Another good all-around game. Sallis misses.
That's a shot that he usually doesn't miss. When
Spillers, high-low with Reed. Got twisted in the air. Hildreth, Sallis, no.
Good ball movement.
We really saw them do well against UNC. Sallis driving it into Leggett. He's got no space, and he still scores!
How does that go in? How did he even see?
Dunn. Johnson
Sallis, one to shoot it. Oh! A rainbow three!
Team out in transition.
Hadley to the basket, rebounded by Reed. Wade trying to create an advantage, going back the other way. Sallis, a pull-up three over his buddy is good.
You can imagine those two guys have done that in the gym. Team vision on the floor, better than 2020 right now, dropping down.
4 for Hadley. The lead is 6, and Sallis from deep.
He's been there for them when they needed buckets this year. He's
extremely healthy as he denies that opportunity, sending it out of bounds.
And clearly no problem with the legs. Here's Sallis, a three out front again.
Oh.
9 for Sallis.
9 of the 100%.
Blocked. Here's Sallis and Wake trailing 3, and Hunter Sallis off to a terrific start in traffic and had it stripped out of there by Scott. Spillers cleans up. Fredrickson makes it.
That's hard to do.
Lead is 8 for the Cards. Sallis tries to answer. Here goes Smith again.
That they're leaving whoever else is there open. It worked right then, last couple times.
Look at Sallis fight through traffic. And now Hepburn.
Yeah. And they're shooting all those threes.
Here's Hildreth now with Hepburn. Feeds Sallis down the lane. And the rebound pulled away by the freshman Ruth.
Yeah.
Forrest, original stars are out there for Louisville as well. Spillers went to work. Edwards rejected it. Spillers saves it. 8 to shoot for Sallis. And a front rim miss on a 3. And a stick put it in play. Trying to get it to Sallis, does against Edwards. Hard drive into traffic. Sallis can't buy one. Slapped around by Scott. Wake recovers. Johnson, he had him Harding awarding the ball to Bill Covington. Earned him a technical foul and a point for the Bill. And here's Sallis in traffic, knocking down the jump shot. 11 for Hunter Sallis, who's got 10 games and 20
years. It'll be the first time ever a coach got a technical foul broadcasting a game.
I like one.
Here's Sallis, a miss. Reed and a whistle and foul on. And here is Sallis with 9 to shoot. Off the Reed screen, hard drive and a dunk on Anselm Ebay.
That's some frustration, and that is just.
Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that NCAA tournament. Just tuning in, trying to figure.
Reed up on the high post. Here's Sallis. Will he start to get going offensively? Certainly trying with that mid-range, but he can't connect. He is simple.
I mean, Mason Gillis could give you 10, 15 points on any given night.
Just grabbed that rebound and threw it away. Johnson over the top and a slam by Sallis. And they need a shot of life.
For Knipple.
Sallis with a pull-up from 3. They just can't hit those three-point shots.
For a point guard, what do you do when Cooper Flagg's receiving the ball screen and can pass over the top?
Sallis will drive this one and slam it in the closing seconds of the first half. Duke with an opportunity.
Established in this game. They really were never able to do it with Cameron Hildreth's 3 fouls.
Sallis with a pull-up. Got it.
That mid-range game was
factor in the second half. Had a long sit in the first half. In foul trouble for Sallis. Up it goes. Got it, a 3.
Hunter Sallis kind of gets his game going.
Sallis out high. Shot clock down to 7. Sallis way downtown and missed badly. 7:45 to go. Here's Sallis, way too strong. Wilson went for the save there on the baseline. Pretty quiet the last 5 or 6 minutes. Hildreth shut off by Proctor. Got the pass free, and the shot won't go for Sallis. Duke by made 1. Wiggs made only 1 field goal in the last 6 minutes. There's another one on a dunk by Hunter Sallis. 16.4.
Ends the floor. Elite defensive play turns into a bucket for him on the offensive end.
Johnson into the paint. And the first jumper on the way from Sallis won't go. He's only 32% from
7 games for him where He has been scoring lights out, over 20 points per game in ACC play.
Sallis nearly had it poked away, fall away, around and out. And Jackson, the previous 7, comes in averaging 10 points a game for the Tar Heels. Reed up top. Here's Sallis, pretty quiet so far. His elbow jumper, no. Tipped again, and controlled by Carolina.
Played in this building. After they lost, and they got blown out, honestly, Armando Bacot called out his team, talking about how much he loved the University of North Carolina and how they had to be better. Right now, Hubert Davis doesn't have anyone on his roster that will do that. Maybe it is Ian Jackson, but Obi, I don't know that this
be quick here on the inbound to Sallis. Shot clock down to 2. He will drive it and the fall away, and he makes one.
If you're Hubert Davis and Hunter.
Sallis attacking again with the fall away, and no. Just not much falling for him so far tonight.
But they for his teammates as well. His assist numbers are up, even though his scoring's been down a bit.
Sallis again. Yes, nice feathery touch. 4 points for the great dunks of the season. Sallis again with a quick dribble. Knocks down another one. He's starting to get rolling.
But they're going to get Spillers on the block, but also defend the rim. Spillers can be a difference maker for the Demon Deacons in that third score that they need.
Sallis will pull up long range. No.
See?
Sallis on the dribble from the foul line, and no. One and done.
I believe that was blocked by Drake.
At the end of the first half.
The OB, Hunter Sallis and Cameron Hildreth, and matching 3 of 11 from the field. I believe Cadeau got a piece of that one.
And rebounded by Reed. Sallis looking for a blow-by. Left it short. Davis the other way with a full head of Virginia. And off for Sallis. Trying to get by Davis. And that will roll out.
And that's the type of play you want to see from Hunter Sallis. Using that 6-foot.
Sallis. Davis on his hip. Keeps on moving. And backs it in.
Once again, Hunter Sallis getting to his spot. Recognizing getting this look coming off the floor is not good. Hubert Davis still dapping up Seth Trimble, but he was absolutely not happy with the play of Trimble or
who's been the top scorer tonight for Wake. Johnson's open. Can't cash it in. Reed punched it out. Sallis with another.
Obi, right. Good job done on the defensive end.
Hubert told us today he expects this team will shoot the ball better. He's surprised they have not. Not in the game for the whole season. Sallis on the bounce. Gets 2 more. And it's locked at 7. Hildreth. Here's Sallis to drive. The fall away. Got it!
K-State and a 15-point comeback. Starting lineups for Wake Forest. They are 4-0 since Tyler Johnson moved into the starting lineup as the 3 rim job by Sallis. And Duke transfer battled through some major injuries from a year ago. Hildreth fakes the pass. That ball was tipped, and the putback is there. Hunter Sallis with his first 2.
Well, it is 37 degrees outside, so right now Virginia Tech having a tough time finding the range from distance.
Just give it to number 23, Sallis. You know what that's like.
Big tasty 3-point shot in Heat 8.
He's another guy, better 3-point shooter than he's shown. 29% entering play. Sallis, the soft touch. Boy, he can get his play where maybe you get Parker Fredrickson unlocked.
Well, that's exactly right. Like, you got to do sometimes the easy things to get your offensive game going. You can't just camp out behind that line, think you're going to get hot. That's work for him against, rather than against him.
2 point guards, and Tyler Johnson and Ben Hammond extremely quick. Sallis wide open, and he's got 9. Reed backing down Wessler. Hildreth puts it on the floor, draws the defense. Sallis catch, release, front rim.
I think Hildreth would have been better. Get the ball into the hands of Spiller. He's posted down that left block, the left corner rather.
He's matched up with Tyler Johnson, Virginia Tech's best on-ball defender. And the rebound snatched out of the air by the human Pogos.
I love that one right there. So Virginia Tech, I think this is their first lead of the game, if I'm correct.
And they took it a moment ago with shoot. Sallis missed everything. Since. Sallis from the elbow, yes.
Going around those little screens here, comes up to about that.
We have not even reached the first media timeout, and this one's stolen away. Sallis, pull up three, good, 1 point game.
Well, you know, Sallis knocks down a triple from the right side that bounced up high about 3 feet above the rim before going down in the basket.
Sallis can't get the answer. It's tipped back by Spillers. Good feed, Johnson, Sallis, three, good. 18 for the ACC's third. Wake down by, or up by 1. Sallis, 2 points away from his 7th consecutive 20-point. Sallis bodies inside against Rodney Brown. His 25th career.
Back into this one here. We're going to settle 1 possession game with 9 to play.
A team that had a 6-game losing streak at one point. Sallis, boy, he's doing it all. And he might have to put this team on his back.
You're down by 6.
Yeah, when do you foul?
Now you should have fouled 10 seconds ago.
Sallis down the lane for 2. 24 for Hunter Sallis.
Stay out of foul trouble.
Tyler Johnson making his 4th straight start at point guard for Wake. Demon Deacons 3-0 with him as a starter. Sallis, one of the top scorers in the ACC, and you've got Hildreth, who had 30.
I just like Stanford, the way they broke that trap and then took their time in the half-court execution and found their shooter right out behind the arc.
Sallis leaning in, coming off 5 straight. 20 been a surprise even to his head coach, Kyle Smith.
Well, and he's a thief on defense as well. Over 2 steals a game.
Sallis gets free from Sellers, and interesting, Stanford comes out with Hildreth to steal.
Well, you can see that first offensive possession without Ray they did not know where to go.
Sallis ran out of room.
Hey, the officials are letting them play. They're getting to play 20 games over the course of the AC season. Here right now, all adds up.
Hildreth to Sallis, a long 3. Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Wow, you get a couple free.
Hildreth contested. Does not get the bounce at home. It's tapped out by Spillers. Sallis wide open. Bang!
Second chance points. A kill you.
Sallis. He's got 8. Got to put it up using the screen. Nothing. And Stanford ball.
And it left everybody in their wake, so to speak.
11 for Sellers. Sallis off the team.
Sallis just so good at putting that now. That was 6 straight points all in the paint for Stanford here to end the half.
10-0 and fast break points. Sallis contested pull-up. He's got a dozen to lead Wake.
I'll tell you what, I was just saying they got to get the big fella the ball down on the block. He said, hey, I don't care what you're talking about, Williams. I'm going to step out behind the arc and knock down a couple triples. And he grabs, snatches a rebound.
Yeah, leads the
Sellers can't believe this. I made a $1 million move along his baseline and he slapped my shot away.
Sallis pulls up. His first basket of the second half.
Didn't yank his chain and said, stop shooting them those threes and get your booty inside.
Sallis gets separation, but he is so good from that mid-range. Steal there by Johnson. Efton Reed back in with the 3 fouls, setting the screen. Sallis leading in over Blake, Stanford's best perimeter defender.
Sallis some of the outside shots, but now they're attacking the basket. Closing the gap on those points in the paint. Oh, they let Sallis get away.
Sallis against Reno.
This is becoming a battle of will.
Now, it's Sallis, marked by an outstanding defender in Blakes. Reed was setting the screen. Sallis doesn't need it.
Good D, but better. Oh, and Sallis has got
to get it to Sallis. Shot fake. Shot clock at 5. Guarded by Sellers. Sallis over Sellers, hits!
Well, you can't play any better, Dean.
Largest lead of the night for the Digs. Sallis has 27. Make it 29 with a chance for 30.
Not shooting the 3 so far this season real well, but he can put some numbers up.
Sallis got cut off. The turnaround, high degree of difficulty, and he scores.
Yeah, really good mid-range.
Long time, AACC rivals. Ben Middlebrooks is back in the lineup. He's involved in the turnover. Sallis 1-on-2. Past O'Connell, and he lays it in.
And that's
Sallis. Harris comes up with it.
Well, it's early in the game, Tom, but really Wake has kept NC State in the half court. They've had a grind for everything. And another 3. We talked about their three-point shooting.
Efton Reed out with the 2 fouls. Sallis has to slam on the brakes. Fredrickson gives up the 3 and sends it back to Sallis. That is off target. 54% on the season.
His career game, first game this year, 14 points.
Sallis, well defended by Stiles. Johnson ended up with it. 1. Johnson cross court. Sallis, money. Sallis denies him entry. Shot clock, Mike, is at 6 for Johnson. The recognition from Sallis. Huntley, Hatfield, and Spillers went show 9/10 of a second on the shot clock.
Just enough for a tip. You can't catch him.
Sallis got rid of it. That is going to be a shot clock violation. Oh, at home, 10-4 on the season. won Tuesday at Syracuse. They're in a 4-point tussle, making a 6-point lead thanks to Sallis.
Right, really.
Michael O'Connell has a couple of three-pointers to go along with that jumper just moments ago. Sallis. Easy little shot for Sallis. 14 points.
Play again.
Middlebrooks against Reed. Held his ground. Wake wants to run. Sallis had it up on the rim. Was trying to jam it. It comes back to Johnson.
He'll have his veterans out on the floor, but the freshman has played very well today.
A lot of dribbling from Sallis. Finally got the shot away, and it'll stay down. Hildreth up ahead. Frederickson the catch. Sallis baseline.
And, they're really looking forward to now that they played. They had a week off to play today. They've got another week off, and then they play. And I know that they're looking forward to getting into a
percentage points down from a year ago on three-point shots.
I think some of that with Jaquan Carlos needs to be really aggressive. Force rotation to get guys shots. He's playing.
And again, the Orange playing without their junior leader, J.J. Starling, who continues to make progress coming back from a broken left hand, but not available again today. Has been practicing. But
Honey Freeman early. The drive by early and the offensive rebounds. Freeman's got to know he's got to put a body.
There's a couple of veterans who have been playing together for a while. Hildreth off.
Sallis has torched a lot of people, so there's nothing to feel bad about that.
From long range, no. Here comes Kyle Cuff here at the Dome as Jair Davis misses 2 free throws. Wake with the basketball on top by 13. Sallis had it blocked by Taylor. College first-team All-American before coming to Wake Forest this year. Sallis.
He's into a rock fight at times. Even though the Deeks came out early, blistering from the floor.
Sallis gathers, misses, and a foul on the rebound. It's going to go against Efton Reed. Here is Johnson. Sallis, tough shot along the baseline. Taylor comes away with it, and here comes Syracuse. Spillers no. Freeman trying to hold his ground.
Freeman has to find a way to match the energy of Spillers.
Sallis.
I was trying to get it. And they obliged.
Sallis. Tough shot. Rattles out. 20 seconds to go in the half. Syracuse will hold for a final shot.
Bates over. Got to keep a longer and athletic defender on him to bother that shot right there.
Spillers was the last.
And they get bogged down in a half court, and their offense becomes Hunter Sallis, go score and bail me out.
Taylor trying to deny him. Hard to keep the first-team All-ACC player off the board. A power conference all year. It's 6-6. They have not beaten a power conference opponent yet. 6-0 against mid-majors. 0-6 against power conference teams. Sallis with a huge. Cosby steps into a 3, no. Harris, big offensive rebound, back to Sallis. He said he was going to score, at least with his facial expression. He's
in there where Lampkin's got to touch the basketball. With the group that's on the floor now, Wake's going to double.
Sallis is feeling it.
It's money. That's his shot. He's attention and has great vision.
Taylor taps into the corner. Keenan Taylor, I'm going to shoot this basketball.
And he's determined. He's not looking to pass it at all. And he's done a great job with his length. Guarding Hunter Sallis when he hasn't had.
5 on the shot clock. Sallis. It rims out on him. Syracuse with it down.
From the outside, it's not a great shooting team. They're averaging just 68 points a game. This is the guy Jimmy talked about, Sallis. Tough shot.
He can go get his own. One of the better one-on-one.
Back-to-back overtime losses for Clemson. Sallis looking to drive again. Another difficult shot off the window. Hunter Sallis 4, Clemson nothing, 7, 12, and 5.
Talk about giving someone the business, right?
In the paint, fade away, and a little short with Zachary defending, and there's a foul underneath, and Reed may have.
That's a great reason to retract.
Thank you. Factually incorrect. Oh, Sallis, the tough shot over Hunter.
He can make hard shots, can he not? And he's fit.
And I know they are writing them down. Good hands again, Fredrickson. Sallis. Tell you, Jimmy, he may be better off. It's a weird thing to say, but he has made the easier shots. And if nothing else, draw some fouls.
Talking about Wake.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Clemson, good job of defending without fouling.
Sallis, he can't get it to go. Feels already 6:15. Clemson's been able to come up with rebounds on 2 of those, and then Zachary just lost it. They got 3 on 1. Sallis floats in.
How explosive was Sallis to go up and then hesitate and go up again? Well,
this is speed on speed, and Johnson wins that battle. Sallis hard. Lock-in affected it, but it didn't matter. And a chance for a 3-point play. Hunter's no good. Big-time battle for the board, and it's finally into the hands of Hildreth. Wide open 3. Knocks it down. They let him run into it, and Hunter Sallis buried it.
Wait.
Sallis got his hand all the way wrapped around Wiggins, throws it up, and he's going to have a chance for a 3-point play. Penetration and the kick from Cosby leaves Sallis with 5. It's going to be a tough shot. He fires it up, and that's an air ball.
And Clemson's their ability to stay in front of the ball and delete the drive. Impressive.
Yeah, Sallis, that's a tough shot, but he got that one down. A little fadeaway.
Ravi, just not good offense. When you go high-low, if the defense takes it away, kicks the ball out, and get the ball reversed by Wiggins.
Sallis, for the most part, Jimmy, feels like he's been a one-man show.
Ravi, as we get close to the holiday season and Christmas next week, you know, we all kind of pause and reflect on life.
Miles away when he got the call about it. It took him 2 days to get home to be with her. You know, you talk about Janetta and her recovery. He said doing the things you don't want to do every day in order to get the things you want out of life, that's
a year ago. Wake Forest last played against Boston College 10 days ago. Hunter Sallis finds the spot. The elbow comes up short, and it was last touched by Wake as JMU. Clock's winding down. Reed doesn't realize it. Gets it off. Finds the rim. And the ricochet fortuitously gives Hunter Sallis an easy deuce.
A way to get
home against non-conference foes dating back to before Steve was here, December of 2018. Hunter Sallis.
Talk about getting the ball in the paint area.
He gets it to Sallis.
Good rebound by Spillers.
Deeks 1 for 3 beyond the arc so far. Once again, Sallis finds his spot.
He can make that shot with the best of them.
Rebounds in the first 9 minutes of this game. Sallis. Little fadeaway. A.J. Smith pulls down the rebound.
Another active bid. But you've got to find a way to defend.
Sallis gets to his spot. Can't finish. Steals the rebound away. Last 4 for the Dukes. Looks like he's on his way again tonight.
Nice, efficient game against both East Tennessee and Jacksonville State.
Sallis' 3 is off. Rebounded by Freeman. Taylor to the basket. Spillers contests the shot. Ahead to Hildreth. Trailing. Sallis. Nope.
It was a good look to Sal's head. It just never was online. Give yourself a chance.
Sallis gets to the basket.
That was a good one. And again,
Deacon's best playmaker with the ball.
High doubles in a single roll.
Sallis looking for space. Creates some down. Scores. That leaves Ricks open. He comes up short. Sallis has his 9th rebound. Sallis, coast to coast, does it himself.
Nice job by Sallis. Takes it down.
Spillers cleans up the glass. Sallis Gets a screen from Reed.
Right there.
Sallis to the basket. Plus the foul. Steve, shot clock at 8. Sallis makes a move on Brown. Hesitation. Gets his man in the air. Stays with it. Throws it up. No good. A pass on the glass. Sallis, third attempt. The choke.
Hunter Sallis. This game by Wake Forest.
Good defensive pressure again from Sallis and Abbas both. Hunter. Yes. 19 for Sallis. We're going to get there tonight.
It's going to be hard to get 70.
Sallis discards Taylor. Smith gets away with a push-off on Reed. And
I'm not sure if it's women's basketball or men. Actually, the women practice here. Thanksgiving Wednesday.
Nice tip out
they got
by
a big-time
Spillers.
program down there, by the way. Speaking of Florida, faded back, it was a little short.
They give Spillers the rebound for the tip. It's his 9th of the night. Hunter Sallis beats the shot clock buzzer.
We help us win a game.
Ball popping around. Spillers with his 11th rebound. Hunter Sallis for 3. First 3 of the night for Hunter. He's got 20. Huge hit. Maybe this team can live up to expectations. Picked 3rd in the ACC preseason poll. Shots like that from Hunter Sallis.
I mean, this could be the night.
Spoil that dribble handoff.
Trying to get it inside to Reed, but Venning pushed him off the spot.
Sallis gets to his spot, but misses the shot. Good tough defense by Sallis. Tries to get to the baseline. Beadle cut him off. Now Sallis goes right around him, right to the rim.
Sallis is so good getting to the basket in your college.
You know, you and I were talking off air before the game about your alma mater and the great history of guards at the University of Virginia. As Sallis misfires, Donald Hand Jr. is a elite shot blocker. Got a piece of that one. Here's another takeaway. Numbers on the run out. Throw it to the rim. And the two veterans fight for the slam. It's Sallis over Hildreth. First 3 from distance today.
Again, you don't want to become reliant on the three-point shot.
Sallis attacks, can't finish with the left hand. Abbas misses on the point. He's able to secure the basketball. And now he again holds that right hand as he follows the play back up court. His teammate Sallis will have a chance for 3. Let's lead the Deeks. Elijah Strong has 13 to lead all scorers. Johnson in transition. Hammer from Sallis. 38-38 our score. Sallis gathers and he has it rim out. And a foul on the rebound. Looks like they get. What lineup combinations have you liked the best so far today for Wake Forest, Dan?
Boy, that was a dangerous pass.
Sallis misses. Good stop. Big stop for BC again. Harris thought about it. Finds Hildreth in the high post. To the open man, Sallis. Strong, big rebound. Spillers back out to Hildreth.
By Sallis. He's their leading scorer at 16 a game. Kevin Hildreth, one of the captains, with 1 on his shot clock. From up top, the 3 is no good. Rebound by Zerk.
Nothing going baseline other than to get that bottom defender to occupy and then make the skip pass.
Another turnover. This time Sallis rocks it home. And Wake has jumped out to a 5-point. They've been in the NCAA tournament. They believe they've got a team this year that can get there.
Look, if you have potentially the best player in this guy, Hunter Sallis, the best player on the floor on any given night, then you have to be able to capitalize on that.
Sallis driving, pull up, baseline. That one rolls off.
Good fight over the screen.
That's what they worked on at the shoot around today. Sallis in the lane off 1 foot.
You know, the best way to beat.
Here's Sallis, their leading scorer right now from the baseline. Tough shot. Contested as well. Drive the baseline, and that's nearly stolen. Sallis for 3. No good. Offensive board by Reed. Little matchup zone here by A&M. Sallis with 4. Short. Penetrates, kicks out, open shot, Cosby, no. Reed tips it back out. Sallis, 3rd attempt, it's good.
Okay.
Work it around the perimeter, skip pass. Now 5 from deep, in and out, and there's Spillers again to Hildreth.
In theory, at least.
Here's Spiller with 5. Pull up for 3. No tip. Spillers. He missed
2. 3 of 3 from 3, but
here's Sallis with 3 on the shot clock. He's got to get it up. Leans in and missed it. Hildreth has it. He's tough. Gives it to Sallis. Sallis attacks. Hangs. Missed it. Got it.
Scoring.
Here's Cosby again from 3. That one too strong. Sallis. He knocks it down. First lead. Hildreth drives, kicks it out. Sallis open for 3. In and out. Follow is good, but
counters and additional options within what works. Then there are other games where you're like, I don't know, man, figure out. Let's survive this game. Make plays.
Hunter
like that.
Sallis.
Just make plays.
He's got 17. Manny Obasiki's shot rejected. Sallis, the 3. No good. Garcia, the board. Sallis with Taylor on him. Drives, runner, short, Abbas, and fouled. Sallis with 3, a runner again, banks it home, and the foul. Wait, he's posting up. Sallis drives, tipped out by Reed. Cosby's got it. 5 minutes to play. Sallis with 2 on the shot clock. He's got to get it up. Good defense.
Excess turnovers in the first half from A&M hurt both teams. Because in a way it hurts the game. Neither team has been able to find the game. And part of that is when you turn it over and it's
break. And so Wake Forest back the other way with the 4-point edge.
Like the attack, though, by Minnesota. That's what you want to do when you're getting pressed.
Yeah, right there. There's Sallis with the response. Couldn't get the advantage after Minnesota has started 0 of 7 from the floor. They missed a couple of shots at the rim. Reed and Mitchell battling. Cross-court feeds. Sallis rises. Rebound to Rigsby.
4 players, so that's why they're still getting to jail, learning their roles, as he told us in practice a couple of days ago.
Annual roster personnel changes. It is something of a constant. I think Wichita full of late free throw misses in the 2-point overtime loss to Wichita State. Harris way off that time. Great work from Spillers. Keep it alive. Hunter Sallis can't connect. And then Minnesota by 2. 4 minutes to go. First half of this 3rd place game. One of these teams wants to leave Orlando with a win. After the Sallis miss, here come the Gophers.
I like the fact that they've had some success inside, but Hunter Sallis, number 23 in white, I'm waiting for him to get aggressive and go to work.
Will he ignite? He is now 0 of 6 from the floor. Remember, yeah, I don't need it. Sending a double over this way. That was an 8-second back down, to your point. Sallis wide open, leaves it short. Right back to him. Johnson, that's the time to wear that jersey. Orlando off to a fine start.
No doubt about it. Continuing to build their program, good length and athleticism. And how about that finally by Hunter Sallis?
That was emphatic. And so now they work it around here. 4 to shoot. Sallis has to improvise. Sallis goes up, rolls off the rim. Patterson has it. Hunter Sallis wants the 3. bounces out. That one looked online, but he front and Reed.
Let's see who they go to.
Spillers has just been terrific on both ends of the floor today with 1 to shoot. Sallis down and out. And so after his 2 straight misses, first look, Reed goes tumbling on the baseline to save it. He's got to get back. Everybody appears to be okay. Sallis absorbed a little contact there. Will Richard into the front on Saturday. They led by double digits for much of the game, scored 67, but Sallis had almost half of those points. He knocks down the triple here. He can go off at it on the court for the first time. Efton Reed has sat down. Abbas back out there. Sallis, the step back. High arcer, clangs down and out. Evenly matched, competitive fight today in our second semifinal. It's a 1-point game deep in the first half. Sallis lines it up. His 3 is offline. Wake hasn't fared much better.
NC State versus North Carolina, and right now these two teams trying to get what I would consider an NCAA tournament type win.
Oh, that one does fall through.
Outstanding defense that time by Will Richard.
We've seen a lot of that in this first half. Sallis, though, gets free off the screen. Condon lost it momentarily. And Reed had it knocked away. Richard came over to smother him. Back to Sallis. Can he create? Puts it up. That 3 is offline. Condon had it knocked out. Cosby resets.
Their points off of turnovers can add up even quicker than teams that may be going to the basket.
Yeah, all 4 of Clayton's makes, by the way, are from beyond the arc. But that is a sign of... Sallis rises, a contested 15-footer. This is Trayvon Spillers. It's fat.
They can beat you in multiple ways. The question is, will they guard for 40 minutes? And Wake Forest needs to put that to the test.
Sallis is on the board in the second half, so he's into double figures for it. We've talked a lot about NIL, call it payroll, if you will. It's certainly a part of the equation. Sallis fires or misses everything. So as a coach, you've got to be able to adjust on the turnovers. Now to Sallis. Sallis wants to take the big man off the bounce. Killer crossover. Couldn't get it to go. Spillers follows. 11 points, 10 rebounds today. So his offensive rebounds have been clutch. Sallis, he's got the big man Houck on him again, but missed that fadeaway short. 15-7 run.
Simple ISO for Hunter Sallis to go right at Walter Clayton.
Sallis going to work, gets up, is short. Look at this lead feed half. It's back to a 13-point game. Elijah Martin, Damian, now has 16. Sallis takes that one away and throws it down.
Nice. Love that response.
Waiting his presence felt. Fredrickson pokes it away. A couple of turnovers here forced by the Deeks. Sallis got it to go.
Pretty basketball. Now, if you're Wake Forest team on the glass, +8 on the offensive glass. So with their length, they can beat you to the glass. They can get out in transition.
It's another 20.
This Wake Forest team on the defensive end. They're contesting shots. They're diving after loose balls. They're keeping the basketball moving. Defense is contagious to offense.
Well, Sallis wants to get into the three-point party, and there he goes. He joins it.
Well, you got to put more.
As Hildreth comes down with the rebound. Hunter Sallis just misses it. Nadeau leads the charge. Titans. Sallis over to Cosby. Cosby finds a cutting Sallis. Look at him go.
Nice play. Excellent patience on offense. Could have easily tried to rim rock. May have got.
Sallis gets the offense going for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. As this has been a great 1-2 punch. Cosby to Sallis.
Well, he's getting more. Take your time, make some plays. Showing a little bit of a zone now in Mercy.
All right, Hunter Sallis in the paint.
Yeah, when Hunter Sallis gets ahead of steam going that baseline.
That was knocked away from Sallis. He's up ahead. Can he beat the defender? And he jams on him.
Under control.
Of course, can score once again. Sallis feeling it. Just misses it.
This place made a come unglued if he...
Young, he just rushed it. Good look for him, though.
Sallis in the paint.
And see, this is the mark of a good basketball team. You take a time.
Stolen. And there's Hildreth in the paint.
Just as we were explaining.
And another steal, and another bucket right there for Wake Forest. Back to back, and look at Steve Fulton. As of late, as he misses that three.
The back tap, though, keeps him, give it a chance. That's good.
Sallis is going to try it, and he gets it to go.
But all that happens because of a second chance.
Wake Forest heading down to Orlando, playing a couple games there. 5 to shoot. Sallis hits that one all the way from Greensboro.
You notice how
Juke Harris now in the game for Wake Forest. Sallis off the glass.
Oh, yeah. He's in a really nice rhythm and can get that.
He started perfectly from beyond the three-point line, and there's a steal. Wake Forest ahead. Turn around. Sallis can't get it to go. He's looking for a foul there as he's knocked to the floor.
But Sallis lost control a moment ago and was bumped into the motion to lose it.
Sallis. Detroit Mercy comes with
guy, but he's going to play. Really put up a lot of points when he played at Lincoln Memorial up in Tennessee before he transferred.
Sallis, he's just got the key.
Well, he's getting some really now 6 on the clock.
Sallis gets him up in the air. Can't get it to go this time. So looking ahead to Power 4 competition. Sallis can't get it to go in the corner.
Wow, I love this team. Go after the basketball like it's the last meal.
And they're hungry today in Winston-Salem as Sallis is still eating in the paint.
Yeah. He's so easy getting in the paint.
Down low to Efton Reed. Let him get a touch in the paint.
Cosby penetrating outside to Sallis. He comes up short, and the rebound controlled by the Catamounts.
He's getting his teammates wide open looks.
Cosby the spin, kept it in bounds. Here's Sallis from downtown. Well, the shot looks pure. Silky Catamounts. Shot clock down to 4. Sallis, triple T, carousing, and connects. 36-20. Here's Sallis again left open. High arcing triple is short. Cats are not bashful in this game. Sallis off the screen. In traffic, no. 15. Reasonable look with the shot clock winding down. And Hildreth forcing the turnover. Pop right to Spillers. Sallis, no.
Tough physical games, and they're going to need him, obviously, as they get into ACC play. His ability to be physical and be that presence for them in the paint is going to be huge.
Elbow jumper off for Sallis, tracks it down. Tim Kraft wanted a traveling violation, didn't get the whistle. Sallis penetrating again, another floater, and this time spins it down.
And that's better. Again, great Carolina team. Ruined a lot of brackets that year, including probably my own family members, that team.
They went against you there.
They did. They're not telling me, but I'm not believing it. But again,
12-point lead. They led by as many as 16 in the first half. Sallis. He'll get it back. Trying to get on SportsCenter top 10. Sallis. A couple of gritty moves down low. Gets it back. Second chance, no. Catamounts come away with it, trailing by
rebound.
Motion look for the Deeks offensively. Sallis, pump fake. How hard is it to make a rock? Three-pointer, no. It was a quick trigger by Stansberry. Hildreth has it quickly ahead to Sallis. Showtime! And a timeout called by Western Carolina. 5 of 13 shooting, perfect at the line, 4 for 4. He's got the 5 assists, just the 2 turnovers. And Another rebound. And more free throw after a incredible pace by both sides to start. Sallis. Hunter Sallis from deep.
Here in Xavier and Wake Forest, an enormous amount of respect with both fan bases for what Coach Prosser did and for the whole coaching community and what he was able to do in his time on the sidelines.
Second chance for Wake Forest. Sallis 0 for 2 on this trip down the floor, and it's Xavier ball. Ball getting a little stuck right now for Wake Forest. Sallis finds the paint, rises, and in it goes.
That's his best shot, Chris. That's where he
29th, respectively.
So let's call it a top 30 matchup.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Let's do it. Nice. Sallis starting to get his game going. He's got 6 now, Nick. McKnight. Sallis for 3. Yes. Right at the shot clock horn. Accelerating and tied up by Johnson cleanly. No call. Wake Forest the other way. Sallis throws it up. In and out. Swain at 6'8" uses the length to haul that. Under 10 to shoot. Sallis activates. Misses. Abbas. Another try. Big time bucket for Churchill for committing himself to that. Sallis fires from 3. In it goes. Hunter Sallis was Hughley after really trimming down, as Nick mentioned, at 270 still. Sallis in and out. It changed its mind.
Some talented guys for Wake Forest.
Wake Forest has shot the ball much better in the second half. Sallis misses there. It's poked back in by Trey Spillist. Sallis is the guy to give Wake Forest a bucket. He doesn't there. And then a whistle underneath.
Cincinnati and getting them to perform.
Conwell has 12 of his 17 in the second half. Sallis with the finger roll.
That's a great first step. Just a little shimmy. Freezes Marcus Fall.
That's a good thing for Xavier. A lot of balanced scoring.
Yes.
Sallis, air ball. Swain through traffic. Johnson.
After his impactful performance on Sunday, scored 11 in the first half to turn that game around.
She really shot the ball well in that win over Michigan. Started out in man-to-man up. Atkins and Dean very similar in the fact that they elevate and slash. Dean goes about 6'5". Atkins about 6'1", but love to get in the paint to score the basket.
His energy and activity.
Just goes after the basketball on the rim. Had an impressive play late in the ball game on Sunday afternoon. And again, he gives you some more energy on this team. Level competition, but you're seeing the ball go through the basket. Not afraid to take the jumper to 6'1" sophomore.
Hunter Sallis, strong take and an important take right there for Wake Forest. Sallis using the read screen. Tough elbow jumper, that's his shot.
Get right in the paint, is he able to get it back and make a play.
Sallis carves out some space and scores again.
So he initiated the offense at the half court
with like Harris, Hildreth, Sallis. You can switch 1 to 5.
Switch 1 to 5.
And be really dynamic.
Oh, I agree with you.
Sallis feeling it.
Well, he's in the middle of the floor, and that's his spot. He's not a very good athlete. Year in prep school also. So these are a lot of freshmen on the team, but they're older freshmen.
Sallis will take it, make it. He's got 13 now in the half.
Well, he's gotten
deep 3. Fredrickson still can't find the range, but Spillers keeps it alive. Hildreth cross court for Sallis. A lot of looks that trip, only 1 point to
6. So he gets that close, and he clear out of sight. You can't jump with it.
Sallis contested at the line, so he goes up and under. Ridiculous move off the glass.
So much value in your three-point shot. And some of these aren't even really that close.
Hunter Sallis got to his spot.
Yeah.
He has been the one guy tonight who's consistently delivered. Efton Reed, if that's a serious issue, would be a gargantuan loss. But Hunter Sallis putting the team on his back. Hunter Sallis. A pass sets the screen. Sallis for three. A pass on the glass. Kick out Harris using the Reed screen. Kicks to the corner for Cosby. Shot clock winding down. Sallis forced to fire. Reed tips the rebound, but it's controlled by Harris.
9-footers, but a quick turnover. Cameron Hildreth really looks like he has leaned out this season. Great shape. Hunter Sallis, first jumper off the iron, and that won't fall for him. Hunter Sallis.
The games are something that Dusty May doesn't matter what the size of the players. It's all about their skill level.
Starting lives brought to you by Greensboro Sports Foundation. And one tipped away by Reed. And
with each other, both over 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it's high. Sallis trying to weave his way into the paint. Little fall away. Gets that one to go with a feathery touch.
Great job by Sallis manipulating the screen and roll.
Michigan scored 101 points and shot 68.4% in their one game this season.
Steve Forbes a little concerned.
That opens the door here for the Demon Deacons to run a bit. Sallis trying to negotiate in close, but off the iron, off the backboard.
But give Michigan a lot of credit getting there.
Sallis trying to heat up. He can certainly do that. He has had some great games in his career. Looking to wriggle free. That's a tough shot.
But if you're Michigan, you're fine with forcing Hunter Sallis.
And they have a gifted rookie. Sallis with 33 against NC State last year. Of course, NC State went on to the Final Four. They'll be laid in team that went to the Final Four. So he is battle tested.
He absolutely is that. And this is a 5-point swing that turns around with the highlight.
That's Hunter Sallis over the down the lane, scooping it up and in. Kaysen. You keep calling him a freshman. He doesn't look like it.
And he doesn't play like it.
Sallis bangs his way in for two. Back and forth we go.
The offensive end hasn't helped their case.
Wake with a mini run, 8-zip. Sallis weaving again. Two for him.
And that's where Hunter Sallis has been able to have success. Manipulate.
Seen some serious shot making. Hunter Sallis, 18 points a game last year. Pulls up, hits it. That is his shot.
That's what he has gotten to. That's the money spot for him. And they'll try to make sure you get a quality look on the offensive end of the floor.
Reed upset the screen. Sallis at the foul line. Up and no good off the back iron. Tipped out high. They'll get another chance. Great point game. Harris, who's been terrific today. Tipped here to Sallis. He will heave it up there. That won't land. Another battle. Big time.
3-point baskets made last year. 7th best in the CAA. Can put up numbers all kinds of ways. Off the drive, off the jump shot.
Sallis took it strong. Missed at the rim. Here comes Bird. And the iron unkind. And Fredrickson controls the loose ball. Hunter Sallis ahead of the pack. Oh, goodness. A hard landing for Hunter. Good to see him pop back from the big man Hidakudis.
Hidakudis takes up a lot of space. Made a big mistake putting the ball to the floor.
Sallis off the mark. Spillers gets his hand up. The NIT a couple times. That's not the tournament Wake Forest wants to get to this season. Sallis again. Missed it again. Deacons
again,
1 for 7.
Settling for jump shots down. Run your offense. Be patient. Don't force anything. Shots will come if you run. There we go.
Beautiful pass, and Reed finds Sallis for the stuff.
Great recognition by the big fella. Turn your back.
Over Johnson. Sallis. Tough shot. Stuck back in by Spillers. Man, he's good at the rim. Way to the cup. Can't spin it home. Spillers outlets for Sallis. Hunter Sallis. Stick back in and out for Reed. And Wake gets it back with Fred. Got that whistle.
Keep moving if you're Wake. See this floor is spaced now? You get a drive or a shot.
Sallis pull up. Long rebound. Spillers tips it. Ogletree. Oh, great defense. Reed got a piece of the shot. Hildreth. Hunter Sallis. Nope. Glasper pulls down the miss.
Get the ball in solid free throw shooters' hands. Spiller's one of the better. I'm sorry, yeah.
Sallis, tough turnaround, puts it in.
That's the shot I love out of Sallis.
Spiller's the leading scorer with 15. Now 5 dekes in double figures. All 5 starters, and Sallis to the basket.
There you go.
The exclamation point to game 2 of the season. At 1 minute to play. Deacon's largest lead was 20. Looking to extend it here. Rebound ricochets over Fredrickson, and then
there were a lot of points in the women's basketball game earlier today, but it's like the rims have gotten tighter in the last hour and a half. Hunter Sallis trying to change that fact, and he comes up short. And the two teams are Sallis. Parker wanted to create a highlight. Sallis gets it to the bucket anyway.
I love it. You messed up the break, the highlight play.
Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Wake's made its last 4 field goal attempts. Sallis, tough shot. Banked it in.
Banks open. Someplace in Winston just matter. The shots falling. Copping to settle down a little bit. Gotten some shots.
Pull up, short. Baloo hustles.
Had he caught it, had a bad angle to finish the play right there.
Sallis from the corner. Almost banked that one in.
Face up.
Fredrickson finds the open man. Sallis fakes it, takes it. Collision.
Fine. Just play basketball. Be fundamentally sound. Make shots. Move people around from side to side.
Hunter Sallis.
And when in trouble, hard. This is Coppin State. They play that hard the rest of the season in their games. They're gonna win more than 2 games. They're gonna finish higher than 8th in the MEAC. I think. You see some good things out of some players.
Each and every time out. Sallis, in fact, has attempted about twice as many threes as any other of the Demon Deacons. And a 28% glare. And there are many who felt that maybe second team for Hildreth and Efton Reed. All 3 of those guys turned over for Sallis. He has Fredrickson running with him. The scoop, no. The follow, yes, by Sallis.
Hunter Sallis not conceding that.
Nothing. Over the top. Lubin strong. Win again. Once again denied by Reed.
Great job by Reed defensively right there, denying multiple opportunities, letting him get going today.
5 to shoot it. Trimble, well short.
Hobie, you have to clip that one. If you're Steve Forbes, you take that defensive possession and you show it to your team.
Trimble wants to fire it up there. He airmailed it. And the official Lewis goes tumbling. Reed's got to get a shot in the air. He can't hit it off the back of the iron. Spillers did a great job keeping that one alive. That was Trayvon Spillers.
As Hildreth is too strong off the glass, and quickly Tech coming back the other way. Alley-oop. And nobody going to get to that. But, you know, you'd have a chance to get to the final where you get 2 or 3 quad.
3-point, do a 3-day run. You're gonna win most tournaments when your guy is giving you that production.
Scramble, bodies all over the deck. And the possession arrow favors. Well, this game was tied at 10, and now it's a 9-0 run for the Demon Deacons. And a rejection. I tell you what, Baloo's come in and given some good minutes.
Yeah, I like him. Good side watching this game.
How about that? We're intergalactically broadcast today. In and out on a 3-point try by Darian Sutton, who checks in for the first time. He's getting the left-hander for 3 out there. Spillers, and an offensive rebound to Wake Forest. Here's Johnson. Sallis, nice head fake. Was off balance and missed everything, and Sallis gets it back. He'll shoot a 3, and it goes in.
Perfect guy.
We were just there recently, and I mean, they're averaging up over 16,000 a game.
spectacular facility. Worst shooting teams in the conference from long distance. The pull-up pop, that one dropped by Johnson. He's a primary offender, only 22% at the three-point line. Hildreth on the drive. Flag to drive it. And the kick. They move it to Knippel. Got a great look. It almost went.
I'm not sure anyone would have this game at 2-2 after 4. Duke actually went to McHale and got a win.
Gillis in the game. Can't bury the long one. Mason Gillis was instrumental in the victory. Good run here. Flag on the move. Evans. Here it comes. Does not need a lot of room to get a shot off. Here's Hildreth now attacking.
Situation to be able to take care of business behind you.
The Wakes already had 2 shot clock violations. Spillers just beats it, but actually went up and over the rim, and so that's another shot clock violation. That never. Wall left it short. Flag picking the rebound.
Yeah, the problem is Hildreth running into that. Oh!
Battle no! Duke's missed a couple of slams.
I normally see most of Coop's dimes
in the Atlantic Coast Conference. He's had back-to-back 30-point-plus games. And that first shot off balance and off the mark, and here comes Wake the other way.
Well, and if they can make him a jumper for the big game next Saturday against Duke.
Yeah, that was a massacre the first game in Durham. Of course, next Saturday, that game will be at the Dean Dome in Chapel Hill.
So far,
institutions for the Fighting Irish, and Jai trying to complete the three-point play short.
But, you know, credit Davis. I mean, with all the attention on Burton, and he's probably this.
Working on Roper, spins into the lane, in and out. And able to tip it out of there is Spillers.
Well, great job keeping it alive. There are 3
guys defending the basketball, not just guarding your man.
Saunders lines up the 3. Rolls off, no good.
Even that shot, that's a good shot. Teams are missing. They're not making each other. Corner threes are open if they continue to move the basketball.
Well, Virginia's hit 7 threes in this game so far. They come up empty on that possession. Only 1 for 3 on that trip to the line for Rhodey. Hildreth.
Spillers gets out ahead of the defense and throw it over. Can you continue to string together stops?
They get another one. Virginia's lead is down to 7. Plenty of time.
Back to 96-97. Styles open for 3. He had another one in and out.
But those were all good looks, good misses, in rhythm shots. I mean, he really had to work to get that off. It's a tough-made basket.
O'Connell drives it and just got it over the onrushing Spillers. And then Sallis was fouled. Uncomfortable. Thank you so much. Siles long 2. Just a couple of those that were halfway down. Sallis gets to take a shot from the field. He's got
him that way.
O'Connell gets a step, sets up pass for 3. No good.
I might win the game if NC State can't score. I just think Hunter Sallis.
Same as it was every game. Yeah, that was very consistent. Reed for 3. Around and out. And there's Sallis on the offensive glass. Did you get 70 games and 9 of their 12 losses? Hill, long 2, Plank. So NC State has been competitive almost into the game with Taylor Middlebrooks and Dennis Parker Jr. just picked up his 3rd. Taylor driving, no. Spillers was in there to defend with Sallis. And here's the pull-ups. He's got 0 and 1 here in the second. 1 to shoot it. McNeil. And then Sallis fouled dead. A season-high points, minutes, rebounds, and assists. The freshman from Rockingham. Taylor bricks a 3.
That's not the one.
They're more than capable defensively.
Here's B.J. Edwards, more on his plate today. Missed from the corner by the man who moves into the starting lineup, back into
2 feet and get a floater. He has to be able to take care of the ball tonight, Doug.
Cross off the feed from Edwards. Left it short. Well, number 0 in white, as leading scoring team at 83 points a night. Edwards left alone, and he missed it.
Yeah, Doug, for SMU, Joe Devendorf here.
For the Dees.
Really good freshman year. I mean, he's 6'7", he has a big body, he's capable of scoring on all 3 levels. And tonight, he's super important for Wake Forest. He just has to be aggressive. Don't be hesitant. If you got an opportunity.
You know, I asked Steve Forbes before the game if he had met any U.S. presidents before, and he said he actually had met George W.'s father back when he was an assistant coach, Brooklyn native, who played his high school ball at St. Benedict's Prep in New Jersey. Harris misfires for the Mustangs. Cross ties up Sallis, and it's a held ball. Somebody's going to have to put up a shot here in the final 3 seconds before the timer. It's Duke Harris now. Nice job by Sallis to grab another rebound. His 8th. Cross has it, saves it out to Harris. Edwards tries. Down goes Hunter Sallis as he tripped over.
But they're not trying to deny the next pass.
Corner 3. Front rim. A miss from Bull Bowen. And the rebound, Wake Forest. Their start in conference play since the 04-05 campaign. A deep 3 from Dang. And the rebound, Sallis.
And what a great block out by Ballou to keep the top offensive around the goal.
Watkins gives it up. A good looks off the back rim from Holt.
Ewan has to handle the ball inside.
Is Florida State taking too many? It's a 14-0 run. Wake Forest on top. Watkins, that one barely scraped the front lip of the rim.
And another 3. Wake Forest doing a nice job double teaming. You need a double team. And here that ball squirts loose. And there's no need for Spillers to reach in and grab there, which he did because Hildreth had that one.
Watkins forcing along to Sallis. Watkins against Sallis. Double comes. Bull Bowen floating, firing a 3. It's short.
Wake caught a break right there. Spillers got too far away from Bull.
Hildreth for about 3 to 4 inches, with Powell being able to attack the basket and see over top of the defender.
Sallis feeding inside. Nice quick strike there from Trayvon Spillers, the 6'7" junior.
From an offensive rebound.
Wake really got off to a hot start, but Carolina's come on strong here. And another basket here to cut into the lead. Wake Forest led 14-3.
Games, he's averaged 21 points and 14 rebounds per game. Johnson in the corner, and a rare 3-point hit for the deep.
Shape. Good for him. He's been doing this for a long time at a very high level.
And Reed his 3rd bucket.
Coming off once.
Johnson. And he gets it to go. Shot. Pretty good run night right now for Omaha Ballou. And this is when you know it's Wake's day.
Yep. Got hard on that time on the screen and threw a loose pass.
I'll tell you what, this guy's got a lot of buckets in his future. Duke Harris scored over Gillis in the game. Can't bury the long one. Mason Gillis was instrumental in the victory. Good run here. And for the quick strike by Harris, but when Duke
giving up a good shot to get a great shot. They haven't always worked out for them here in this first half, but it absolutely does on the last possession.
Beautiful hook there by Efton Reed.
And then he goes back with the 2 smalls.
28 against Notre Dame. He just wouldn't let them lose that game. Cross court Sallis. Johnson wants it and connects from 3-point land.
Tyler Johnson, if he's making 3.
He runs the point for Wake Forest. Sallis and Hildreth are the big-time scorers for this team, but they've got other guys inside like him, Trayvon Spillers.
Burton, and he's probably the 2nd best ball handler they have out on the floor.
Trying to get it to Reed, and a jump hook. That's his first basket. He
thought he was fouled.
Well, you wanted it.
13. Burton leads all scorers with 19. And Hildreth with 16, tried to add to it with a left hand and will.
You know, it's not the play, it's the players. And when you have a 2-minute
decade, 57 is usually good enough to win it.
Well, before the game was 60. Whoever got the 61st won. And usually that was Virginia.
Efton Reed, tough take on the inside to cut it to 5. They're trying to avoid their bubble bursting here at home. Sallis dumps it down. Efton Reed, tough take.
Efton Reed does a great job.
Wake Forest has to foul. For Sallis, steals it behind the back, up and in. Timeout, Steve Forbes. 1 timeout remaining for the Demons.
NC State's got Trey Parker and Marcus Hill in the game. McNeil and Taylor to the bench after the great start for the freshman McNeil. Ballou, jumper goes for the Iowa State transfer. Very skilled.
Came off his right hand like he's a left-hander.
Wasn't hard to tell, is what you're saying. Here's Harris for 3. Made it despite an absolutely wild contest by John.
If you're NC State, with this lineup on the floor, you've got to figure out where the offense is going to come from.
Hildreth, boy, another easy basket off an under the basket play in the second half. And they have just had trouble executing in the final 10, the final 5 minutes of games. Spillers with a 3. Wake Forest is back in front. Just their second.
Parker Fredrickson off the bench to hang in there. Here goes Hunter Sallis. Juke Harris in the starting lineup tonight in place of Cameron Hildreth. Driving looked like the Deeks couldn't lose, and yet they found a way to lose. And when we get to Selection Sunday, a month from tomorrow, as Fredrickson delivers his 3rd triple of the Gill Selection Sunday. We like that. We like that. That's Joey Brackett's joining us. And again,
just needs to step up, make good decisions, take more pressure off of Sallis, and then when Hildreth comes back, take more pressure off of him, having to make all the decisions.
Sallis with a beautiful feed. Senior to freshman. All scores with 15. Chuck Harris for SMU has 13. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Spillers finds a gap in the lane and puts it up and in.
You see SMU went to a little...
Up and swishes it home. Sallis, pocket pass and a jam from Harris. That's what you have to be able to do. You can't force the shot. The rebound tipped around into the hands of a Demon Deacon. Sallis feeling the break, the long, and the flush. Spillers on the receiver. Since Wake scored. Over 3 minutes without a basket. Underneath. Spillers with the slam, the assist, Sallis. Boy, Sallis has done such a...
Reed inside. Reverses. He's got some good low post moves, Coach.
He really does.
Sallis back down to Reed, who reposted and goes up over the shorter Sissoko.
And right now, Cal is deciding not...
Into Ballou. Ballou hits the jumper, and he's on the scoreboard.
The Stanford's 12-1 at home this year. They played really well on this floor. Hunter Sallis kicks it to a wide-open Hildreth, who knocks down the 3.
That's good ball rotation. Stanford over.
Particularly well tonight. That's his first field goal made in the game. Johnson 3. Good! The answer on this side for the Demon Deacons. Sallis throws up a great pass, and Spillers finishes.
Well, you trying to get it. Never lost eye contact, and great cut by Agarwal for the 2.
And Stanford back up 1. Here's Johnson open 3. Got it!
Well, Wake Forest not going anywhere.
Had it stolen away. Stanford does have to foul at some point. They went for a steal. Sallis flips it under the basket. Harris dunks it home.
Now Cal Smith really wanted that travel, that hop. Didn't get it, but
8 minutes in, they've gotten Sallis 1 shot attempt.
That was on a baseline out of bounds.
Harris for 3.
freshman out of near.
Then certainly Wake's a little bit better defensively than in years past, but they both have star power, and that matters because they can make plays.
And Sallis makes one there. He's not scoring. Low. Just lost it on the way up. A fumble. Sallis for Spillers, and Austin's called for a foul here. This time he thought he had a clean.
Basketball in the hands of Chucky Hepburn, who's the best in the league at assisting, finding his teammates.
Captain Reed, the jump hook in return.
That's a guy, Corey, that I think.
Here goes Cosby, baseline. Out front, Hildreth. Trying to weave back through and scores on the scoop.
He got through finally.
First points for Cam Hildreth.
Miami, it's just not been something that they've been consistent with all season. Hildreth here for three. That time it goes, and the end result of that, they're taking.
What an honor for that young lady to see her jersey hung up for all eternity.
Sallis to Spillers.
We were just talking about
Johnson's picked up his dribble in the paint. Sallis again. Reed sets the screen. Sallis pass down low and one. Trayvon Spillers. Unfiltered, honest, authentic. Johnson puts it on the floor. That's for his speed.
Well, that's exactly right.
Kevin Keats told us just prior to the ball game, those numbers that do not involve scoring will be important. Those are the winner stats at the other end. It's Captain Reed to start the scoring for Wake. ACC CW production crew. Hildreth couldn't convert. Ball found its way back to Sallis. Threads the pass to Harris. Double-fisted for the rim bender.
That's the thing. Sallis he's going to have a height advantage with just about anybody who's guarding him. Nice two-man.
They just came out flat, not ready to play. They're taking pride on the defensive end of the floor with their energy.
And I should say that this morning, as Tyler Johnson rattles in the three, and now bound by Spillers to close out a terrific defensive possession for Wake. Fredrickson catch and shoot. Deeks need to get him going. Timeout, Wake Forest.
Got to attack him early, get the ball out of his hand.
Big play by Harris. What a quick first step and the strength to fit.
The best thing for the Orange is for him to take that shot. When defenses start taking that away, then you make a pass like that.
Spillers up and over. Davis couldn't stop him. It's once again a 6-point Wake
coverage defense because Hunter Sallis picking it apart.
Harris making another big play. Here come the Deeks, 3-on-1. Hildreth off the feed from Sallis. Wake Forest by 8.
Johnson, number 8, as they continue to try to find pieces that would be able to break this code. He drives hard, and he is able to get it to go. Tyler Johnson, of course, played at Louisville. Back, then he kicks it back. When 8 in black has the ball, something's going to happen. And they go back inside. A couple of layups off the window. That's on
at Clemson. Matchup against the top 25 Tigers. Step back three. Davin Cosby knocks it down.
Davin Cosby stepping in the lineup lately. Somebody got to say it.
SEC's got a great league this year.
Somebody got to say it.
It's the best year of SEC basketball it's ever been.
Finish.
No doubt.
There you go.
Trayvon Spillers hit the rim.
Wasn't sure if he's going to be able to elevate real offensive movement. You got to move the basketball, but you got to move people.
That was the first assist of the game.
That's why I brought it up.
Sallis to Spillers. Second assist on a pass from Sallis to Cam.
Speaking for itself, you're right. Re-rack it.
Hampton Reed. Righty hook.
Guard in the country. Went down to Alabama, now a little closer to home, and everybody's excited to see what he's going to do.
Speaking of Hampton Reed, one of the couple.
Capping the 9-1 BC run when they opened up a 10-point lead. Wake has had its first kill. That's what they call 3 straight defensive stops. And they cash in at the other end to find the big man. 7-footer Efton Reed. Dan is 0 for 6. How many of those have been inside of 10 feet?
How many of those have been inside of 1 foot?
Well, they finally convert. Maybe about 3 feet away.
Well, he's the #2 prospect in the state of Minnesota, so he is wearing the hometown jersey, if you will. Efton Reed with 8.
Early this past week. Starting in his place, Churchill of Bass, 10 to shoot for Cosby.
There you go. I mean, Devin Cosby has been on a tear as of late to transfer.
Second three-point shot made for the Titans so far in this game. As they pull it within 6, Juke goes from the corner. This has been a three-point party tonight.
Well, he's a crowd favorite. I love the flow of their offense right now.
Abbas, really strong move, and it drops in. Hunter Sallis stuck, gives it over to Spillers. Spillers with the teardrop, and it goes.
Nice use of the left hand, gets it over the front of the rim.
Cosby. Offensive glass, Efton Reed tapped it out, and a fresh 20. Cosby again launching, and from the wing it's all net. Cullowhee, North Carolina, about 3 hours due west of Winston-Salem. Open 3 again, it's Cosby. 6 early points for #1 in white.
And that's all set up by
new season. Could be a little bit of a new team. Players trying to adjust, the chemistry, the cohesion. That's a good sign. Frederickson connects. Third 3.
That's a tough contested 2.
What do you think about the matchup zone we're seeing the last 2 possessions?
And slowed Wake down right there. That's what they want to do. Force them into deep threes, but
basketball season.
And they changed up their defense again. They've done this multiple times. Right now they're in a matchup zone.
Spillers with a bounce, and there was a foul inside.
But I felt like Abbas has been really solid for them. Hasn't scored a lot, but defensively and then on the glass has been huge.
Little push shot, Hildreth. And Wake Forest now with its largest lead at 7.
Hands to Sallis. Looking for Abbas, who's open underneath. Catch and the put up on the right side. Big body at 6'10". Churchill. And it's taken away by Wake Forest. Sallis runs. Spillers flies and jams it home. All made by Juke Harris, though, fighting the Sallis for Reed, the pocket pass, the layup. Strong. Sallis. Cosby finds his spot and drains it. David Cosby.
Whistle, but Harris, his activity, tips it and keeps it alive to Reed, and now Sallis behind the back. What a pass! And Spillers lays it in.
Great penetration off a second chance opportunity.
5 rebounds tonight for Trayvon.
Run something if you're Wake Forest. There's a high-low.
Efton Reed with great position.
Excellent. Exactly right, Evan. Got really low, got in the paint. Tested by Hildreth.
Sallis with a skip to his step. Sallis flips it. Spillers puts it in.
Excellent job. The same thing we've seen all night out of Hildreth and also off of Spillers a few times.
Efton Reed, righty hook for 2.
Good job by Efton Reed not to rush the shot after he took it.
Sallis takes the handoff, looking high. Reed throws it down. think we can say conclusively, Upstate has not gone away. They will not be going away. They're in this for 40 or more. But Davin Cosby Jr. puts
someone to cut. Here's Sallis again. Shot clock at 10. Off the dribble. Harris, nicely done for the slam.
And another great cut by Juke Harris. Not for Michigan will come in, but interesting enough, he doesn't change the matchups. He'll guard Efton Reed.
Hildreth will bounce inside for 2. And that is going to tie.
Again, this is a game where you're going to have to be strong with the basketball. They've contested every pass, every possession the entire night as Spiller steps up and knocks down the 3-ball. Earlier I said he wasn't.
Ogletree way off. Hildreth racking up the rebounds. Sallis to Spillers.
Good job there. That's what I'm talking about. Get a rebound, push it, get in the paint.
Otherwise, Wake would be down double figures. Sallis, again, a little loose with the dribble. Stays with it, kicks it out. Davin Cosby, nothing but net.
That was nice. Got a chance to play defense.
Jalal Mackay comes up short. Rebounded by Reed. Sallis quickly ahead for Spillers. Into the lane, off the glass for 2.
Great start for Wake Forest. Reed's had his hands on the ball.
Wake Forest outscoring A&T 12-2 to start the second half. Spillers detonates, going baseline for the stuff.
Again, Hedge returning that time. A&T got out of the...
Omaha Ballou is in the game for Steve Forbes' Deeks, along with Davin Cosby. Omaha Ballou gets the scoring started from deep. Ballou straight up defensively. Here comes Hunter Sallis. Cam Hildreth pulls up, buries it.
Hunter Sallis made the right decision.
Call on Horton, that's Horton's second. Hunter Sallis made an early free throw, kicks it for Hildreth. There's another.
Top of the key after the rim.
Trouble, as good as BJ is.
Well, BJ, yeah, can't do it alone. But Coach Forbes should score a little bit. Nice pass.
Spillers.
Wow. Also, too, a lot of times when he gets fatigued, he picks up a cheap foul.
That's a good point. To the corner. Hildreth for 3.
Yes, under 3. And a turnover. Trimble with a save, and Cadeau diving down and keep it alive.
Forbes has allowed him to realize that over the last 2 seasons with the Demon Deacons.
Cadeau really went flying, and that's going to be an offensive. That was with 9 on the shot clock.
So now that
Wake trying to get back on top as we go back and forth, and a turnover. Cadeau back for Withers. Trimble wants to fire it up there. He airmailed it. And the official Lewis goes tumbling into the photogs.
he stops, especially the clock.
And is that ever true? Deflected and stolen by Powell right on the baseline.
And Wake Forest has to foul.
Nationally televised ACC Tournament Championship during the days of ABC's Wild World of Sports. And now, of course, it's national TV every single game.
Be successful, especially in this building.
The swing once again for Sallis. Interrupted. James got his hands on it. Knipple on the drive. Going in strong. Sallis again. Sallis and Flagg. Good matchup tonight. And Flagg wins that.
This going.
Got a 2-on-1. Proctor will lay in.
Just looks over at the bench and gives a little Michael Jordan type shrug. His 5th assist as he gets cut off in the paint, but of course has the tremendous vision to find Sion James, who talked about it. They've scored 100 points in 3 of their last 5 games, OB. Only scored 2 points in the first 5 minutes of this game. But then it's been an offensive explosion.
There by Logan Imes. And Sallis still looking for his first points of this opening half and just lost a handle. There's Burton trying to get another one.
This team is better, more physical, athletic defensively, and it's letting them down here tonight.
Sallis loses the ball. Andrew Rohde has it. Finds Murray.
to go.
No time to waste. You got to make a quick decision here.
Off the knee of McNeely. 50 seconds to go.
Probably not a team they expected to need much zone against, and they get a takeaway. Here's Sallis driving. Boy, it's just not been in his game. He lost it on the way up off his knee.
Brooklyn native who's played his high school ball at St. Benedict's Prep in New Jersey. Harris misfires for the Mustangs. Cross ties up Sallis, and it's a held ball.
Footwork by Edwards, keeping the play alive, reversing, and then finishing with the left hand. And then look at him active right here. Energy on offense, bringing it to the defensive side of the ball.
Shots and 7 of them are threes. That's not a formula for success for the Seminoles.
It's not their game. Out of bounds. Wake Forest with the turnover. That's their third. It's Florida State side rebound. Sallis wanted Reed. He throws it away. A run out. Bull Bowen, the 7-point lead, and the run is a 9-0 Florida State burst. And a steal, Bull Bowen. It's knocked out of bounds, and it's Florida State basketball.
This Cal defense.
And their defense was terrific.
Absolutely.
Little of their own medicine with the steal. Stojakovic lays it in.
We start the second half. This is an important 20 minutes for both teams. Johnson goes downhill and tried to find Hunter Sallis. Ball went through his hands.
A great opening possession for the Cardinal themselves.
Sallis in the corner, falls down. Akara did not travel. Reno behind the back. Sellers. Game, Dave. He really is. Inside. 12 points, 5 of 6 shooting. Sallis slipped again. Wow, looks like he traveled. He did.
They've been much better since Johnson took over at the point 9 games ago. Sallis, Hildreth, Spillers, and Reed. Dunn gets a deflection, hits the deck, and Dunn scoops it to Corhan for the first pit. Sallis across the way to Johnson. Hunter Sallis has only attempted 5 shots.
Ball's not gone below the free throw line the whole possession.
Leggett charging, and Johnson.
The lead guard for the Demon Deacons, even though he doesn't score big, he makes plays.
Sallis underneath, had it raked out of there by Edwards, and here's the Phil with the turnover and a lead for the Deacons. Sallis working out front now. Into traffic, and a travel call. So that'll get us to a timeout. Just better than
Vanderbilt only 5. Man, that's a big number, Ravi, to overcome. Vanderbilt currently being projected about a 10 seed in that.
Against them last year in the victory on this floor. And they stormed the court. Shot clock down to 5. Knocked away. Proctor up against Sallis one-on-one. Went for the bank and came. Oh, we love him so much. This is the closest Wake has been since it was 17-13. And Sallis lost the handle on it. Came off his hand out. It went, so they turned it over. Wrong and denied by Reed. He shut him down. Big time block. Sallis looking for the save, and he stepped on the line. It'll go back over to Duke.
And that's one of those unique actions, unable to knock him down. But Hubert Davis will be the first to tell you that that's one guy he doesn't have to tell to shoot the basketball.
And Sallis just lost the handle on it and rolled off his hand and out back over to Carolina. They've already turned it 45 before halftime. All the way to the baseline, lifting up, no whistle. Davis saves it. R.J. Davis drives
forward, but really playing more of the 4 spot right now with the small lineup for the Tar Heels.
And a turnover and a reach by Sallis. He'll commit the foul to slow down Pideaux.
Watching, you got to almost call that foul on the defender.
Sallis corkscrews inside, turns it over. Here comes Rodney Brown. He falls down. Look at this. 22 points for Hunter Sallis to lead all scores. And he traveled. A little too much indecision.
I think Efton Reed was unsure whether on the front end of a 1-on-1.
Spillers hit a ton of big baskets down the stretch on Wednesday against Stanford. Unforced error as Wake turns it over.
Sallis, back-to-back turnovers once with
as a three-point shooter. He's been in a season-long slump. This is a better three-point shooting team than it's shown, but at some point, the sample size adds up.
He turns it over there. Look at that. Going to the locker room.
Stanford looks to be in a zone. Sallis lost it. Blake's leading the break. And
his third fouls.
Sallis has not scored in the second half. Out of control, and he traveled.
Yeah, you were just saying he had scored, right? So he's going to use.
Getting him off the ball, help do that.
Here goes number 23, Sallis, and he is called for traveling.
One of the things I see
today. That's because Clemson's doing a good job, Ravi. Just the simple part of the game. Stay in front of the ball defensively.
Sallis looks at the official. Hands up, confused. Zachary saw a window. He had to throw up a running hook shot. Doesn't go. And Sallis lost it as it gets a little sloppy on back-to-back trips. Not in, Jimmy, that some questioned haven't really showed themselves.
SMU one of them, and what a great atmosphere last night at Notre Dame. And today on game day, Vol Nation showed up.
Uncharacteristic given both Shefflin's nose for the ball and Hawkins' size. Look at that pick from Zachary. He'll go one-on-one. Sallis slapped at him. It feels like most of the college players, Jimmy, especially the ones with the good programs, as soon as your defender goes by you, you're wide open. Swing that ball around. A 2-on-1. You could put him up by 20-plus. And
Spillers up to the task defensively. Swats it away. And then a bad pass by Wake. Picked off by Ricks.
Rick shot. Back tap out to Wake. Fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Because Reed is working hard inside. And Sallis was too late with that pass. Reed was open.
Beadle in hand of the two defenders on those two guys. They do get it into Sallis. He's bottled up immediately. Dangerous pass, and it's stolen with a foul against
8 thus far. Look at this defense all over Spillers. Double team, throws it away. That is signature Buzz Williams. And him now with 8 offensive rebounds in this second half.
Ooh, travel.
Yeah. Sallis thought he got bumped, but it is a turnover for the Aggies. They go into the post. Double team.
Good Lord.
There's Sallis.
That space, you create a scramble situation where the defense is chasing, then you can win basketball games.
Oh, Taylor took Sallis's candy. And
fitness makes sense. He's impacting the game.
Sallis lost it. Fifth turn.
Patient possession. Sallis lost the handle. Minnesota ball.
Pretty good defense by Femi Oduke.
25 points a game like he's done a couple of times this season, but he doesn't have to. Sallis had it knocked away, so Clayton takes it away from his counterpart. Eyes up, and Florida, another turnover, Damian, so that's now 3 for the Gators. Sallis lost it. Ruben Chinyalu had poked it away, and so, yeah, that good sleight of hands is going to benefit the Gators. So that one is now history. Okay, the safety, Elijah Moore.
Look out! You got a pick, Kevin?
To win it all?
Win it all?
I'm going to go with the very easy choice. I'm going to just go with the undefeated top-ranked team. How about I don't know. Who's got the easiest?
Look at the up and other from Nadeau.
Got to get back.
Look at Harris. And that's going to be hit. This is another turnover for Wake Forest. All home for him. Sallis with the bad pass, and that's going to be another turnover for Wake Forest.
Got caught in the air and kind of got off stride.
Tied at 11. Deeks get it on the rebound by Reed. Sallis the spin and an offensive foul. That'll be his second.
Oh, they're a difficult team to match up against, mainly because of this guy right here. Again, he is so tough. You know he can score. But again, the struggles early with the turnovers.
Crosby in for Reed. Wrapped around to Hildreth. Wake Forest swings it, and Hunter Sallis walks. Both teams with a few turnovers here in the early going. A little bit, and was cleared to play, and then tore his Achilles, so he missed all of last season as well. Fumbled by Sallis. Xavier the takeaway. It's Maddox. Sallis into Reed. It's knocked away by Conwell, and it's Xavier Ball.
He's very tough.
Only 2 players back from last year. Coach Dickerson stepping away from the head coaching job after 6 years in Spartanburg. Deacons turn it over out of the time.
And the upstate Spartans.
Number 8 freshman in all of college basketball. 300-something teams. Here's the steal for Dean. Will he attack Harris? Yes, he will.
To me, to be honest with you, as I prepared for this game, it's okay. You know, they're not going to be intimidated. We've seen that already. They played at 2 big-time places.
Another turnover. Harris throws it down. It's a 2-point blocked and saved. What a play by Hildreth. Are you kidding me? Spillers can't catch the lob.
Marked the play for the defensive effort. Almost was the big explosion play I was talking.
Gregory, threw it off the leg of Garcia. Up ahead, stolen away. Intercepted by Gregory. Mr. Dean.
From beyond the arc.
Little floater here, and a whistle instead. Waved that off, an offensive foul. Wake comes away with it. Michigan getting back quickly defensively and batted away. Burnett with the steal and draws the foul as well. Sallis. That sometimes when those guys get into the major conferences, things change a little bit. Knocked away. Will Cheddar got his hand on it on the turnover. Back over to Michigan.
So active in this Wake Forest starting lineup.
Wake has got to do a better job, and you tend to think they will on rebounding. We're out-rebounded by 6 by Coppin State on Monday night.
Quick hands from Cam Shell, stealing.
Got 2 fouls, if I'm not mistaken. But they may need his inside presence.
Yeah. Going the other way. No basket. A lot of length on this Wake Forest team coming off the bench. We haven't even seen the freshman Juke Harris yet.
Or Devin Cosby.
And there's a bad turnover. Darius Ward, the steal in the stuff.
Very athletic. You gotta be smart. Just sophomore. He's gonna get some playing time. He got some ability. Got some walk.
Yep.
Yeah, the one thing you
could be his last opportunity to wear this uniform. Well, you see a different look in the eye of Hunter Sallis, Cameron Hildreth, and Efton Reed. All 3 of those guys.
Well, this game was tied at 10, and now it's a 9-0 run for the Demon Deacons. And a rejection. I tell you what, Blues come in and give him some good minutes.
Actually, that's why he put on number 6 this year.
Well, they keep firing from 3 and just keep on missing. Pull-up jumper, and that's the way to get it started for the
right wrist. He played through a lot of pain with that, but it clearly affected his shot.
With Konechny coming out very active offense. Final game of the year, Georgia Tech here on Saturday of next week, the season finale. Burton from the free throw line, nothing but net.
You know, when he's got...
Chuck Harris turning the corner, hangs in the air, banks it home. Wow.
Campbell ran out of real estate. Dort tips it again. Front of you.
Wake Forest, they have pride, a lot of pride on the defensive end. They play hard, they're active.
Campbell, tough three, went in and out.
For guards, good all-around players for Pittsburgh. Hard drive by Dunn. He gets Sallis in the air, and Damian Dunn draws the first foul of the.
It's going to be a contest physically to get out of here tonight. Officially counts it tonight, right?
Getting there, Proctor will lay that one off the iron. Rebound tap.
And they've taken the lead.
Sellers, the drive and kick. Agarwal down low.
How many
Took
times?
a shot to the nose.
Ryan.
The lead is now 16. It is the largest of the day. Wake led by 15 midway through the first half. And a foul coming up on the Deeks.
Makes it a 6-point game. Big three for the senior from England.
Good shot there by Hildreth. No hesitation on the pull-up three.
Yeah, the rare fourth-year senior in the same place. Carlos. Another 2 points. 4 free throws. Back to an 8-point game. Carlos to Cup. Puts it up. Well, even though.
And neither of them were easy. They haven't really had an easy shot yet. Zachary, soft touch, no good in traffic. The rebound. The sophomore at 6'4".
Good job by Fredrickson, known as a three-point specialist. Gets to the drive box of that Clemson defense, which isn't easy to get into.
Too strong, and a rebound. Buckets on a 7-0 run.
And Ravi, Wake Forest ran a little bit of flex action, and it's not a surprise. Steve Forbes, as an assistant under Bruce Pearl at Tennessee, just from the elbow for a 7-footer.
But Zachary stopped on a dime, freed himself up, and was not get the roll.
And nobody on these brand spanking new white jerseys. Wake and James Madison. And this is Freeman, the former Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year.
You just got to keep working. You got to have confidence. Next one's going to fall. You work at it.
Freeman going to the rim. Tough two for Mark Freeman.
Look.
They can ill afford to lose him. Venning has been kept under control, and a big part of the reason for that is Reed.
Check that. That's only his second.
So Patterson running the point for a Minnesota team without one of those returning starters. That's his second basket.
And I think it's great for college basketball.
Clayton gets to the paint. Reed blocked the shot. He was fouled. Winds up in Wake. 7-point game. 5 to go. Clayton gets bumped. Clayton puts it up. Puts it in.
Yeah, that's the finds it, he touches it, he does not hesitate to knock it down.
Detroit Mercy now trying to answer back, and that one is stripped by Sallis.
But he can handle it. Big, broad shoulders. Kid from Nebraska, making some plays in North Carolina.
Shining bright like a diamond in this one as Larry misses the three. Nadeau gets the rebound.
Pounding, blocking shots, providing that presence.
Mr. Energy, the double nickel. Three-pointer, no. It was a quick trigger by Stange.
He's physical. Really willed Wake Forest back into the game against USC Upstate. And Davion Mick.
But you should have known. Upstate played NC State tight. They played Virginia Tech very close. There's a layup.
Carmelo Atkins doubles the lead.
Long, doing some good things over there in Aggie land.
Still work to do tonight, of course. Corner jumper is good for Collie Horton, sophomore. Brown puts his head down and gets turned away and fouled.
He's still inbound. That does go off of Jalen Withers' foot. If it were under 2, they could go back and review it.
And right there, you're asking to get called for that. Agarwal. Reno down low. Kevin lays it in. Another great pass from the big man.
He has been a little bit more balanced. I think he's one of the best weak side defenders because he's active just like that. And I do think that he is a really good teammate. I think he cares about winning.
By Wake Forest at the end of the game. And Steve Forbes has really changed this game by going with the 1-3-1 zone. Boy, Reed did a great job staying home on that.
Up and try to finish overhand.
I felt the table there, Scott.
Well, you know, I want to see these guys push all that weight in the weight room for a reason.
Finish strong around the basket.
Johnson follows his piece. Okpara finds the cutting. Sellers. Beautiful ball movement. And Steve Ford
defensively now, playing a little bit loose and free on the defensive end. Now that he's got those 2 fouls. Look at that slash around the basket. That's where I want to see that.
Red Autry's team, slow starts to halves, and we heard some boos when the timeout was called as the home team had surrendered 12.
Different it was, my day.
After the BC game, they practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They took Friday off, practiced Saturday, Sunday, did a double.
Point score in this history of A&M. Right now, 3rd on the all-time scoring list.
I mean, look, there are a lot of dudes out there that are going to be able to score 2,000 points if they stay around long enough, but
7 shots. Garcia bodying with Hildreth. Double comes. Fox cuts. And the savvy 8th-year senior earns a...
More athletic.
Coach Montgomery is definitely building a juggernaut in the Horizon League.
Yeah, let's don't get carried away now with a juggernaut. There's some good teams in the Horizon. Let's just say they're building the...
Fremantle inside, Swain! The deuce.
They beat non-Division I Piedmont. Game number 2 is the good look at the rim from Dean, would not fall.
Jackson off the dribble. Does not need a lot of room to get off a shot. On the drive. Rebound tipped up and in. Washington there. It was 7. Davis on Sallis. 1-on-1, and he'll draw the foul as he takes the tumble.
But he gets up hot. Sallis defending Burton. Pulls up. And a whistle.
Off the court. He's guarding McNeely here. McNeely got a shot off and misfires. The Cavaliers have ballooned it back to 7. Looking for more. Day-Day Ames. Got it!
Moments here for NC State. The crowd energy still not back in after halftime. 6-point lead down to 2. And Paul McNeil has been making things happen.
Wilkinson in trouble. Now Stojakovic in the corner. Spins baseline. Tried to flip it up. Sallis blocked it. Sissoko tried to dunk it.
Low, isolated against Sallis. Extends the elbow. Drives hard. Got the rim. Austin, a rare offensive rebound.
This team's taken 33s. He says he wants to make or rebound 60% of his threes. That's his goal. Stick back from Taylor Wood. It's a historically poor start to the season from three-point range.
And when we talked about it in the first couple ball games, A&T, Coppin, Michigan, it's okay.
Taylor getting downhill, too strong.
just have it. I think they should allow it anyway. I like the international rule. Live ball off the rim. I like fun basketball.
Manny Obaseki miss.
He went to his right.
Yeah, he went to his right.
Which it kind of leads you to have few extra turnovers than you probably have.
Phelps has his stolen by Sallis.
Oh, kind of slow this year from the perimeter. Last couple of ball games, getting really good looks and being patient with it, and things are going for him.
Rebound goes to
the take right there for Wake Forest. After Efton Reed had previously missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Loose ball, and it's in the hoop, and it's an pounds stronger than he was a year ago.
And you can see it in shoulder definition.
Tough jumper, Ryan Archie.
Nice.
His second foul on that play. Here's Trimble. Davis had it slacked away and draws the foul on Harris.
Sallis is 0 for 4. And Spillers is 1 out of 6. Into the corner and draining the three.
Got the rim.
A couple of defensive breakdowns for both teams early. McNeely fading away. He hits it.
He gets a difficult shot, making a chance to push it and get some easy baskets, but still got to be concerned. That's a point-blank layup that was just missed.
Everett's out from McNeely.
So much more efficient offensively when he's off the ball and really aggressive.
McNeely answers on the other end. Isaac McNeely.
A lot of energy. He's chasing like he's McNeely on this play. He has to defend and spend a lot of energy.
And McNeely counted plus the foul.
Trail and chase.
Virginia 9 of 18 from 3. Ames, knockdown jumper. Virginia can't miss right now.
Bench probably for the rest of the half.
And now Omaha Ballou, who's played very sparingly due to injury this year, is in.
McNeil, no way. He had to miss at some point.
How you end up only scoring 21 points and a half.
Jackson with an alley, floats it up wide left, and a one-handed rebound from Reed.
After an 7-footers, but Efton Reed, the 7-foot, 250-pounder from Richmond, is a big 7-footer. Wilkinson, the super sub who's now a super starter, is on the board. Decisions. Wilkinson turns and fires, and Sallis is called for the foul.
83 and 62% respectively from the floor. Nice inbound play. Thompson, his second dunk already, and his third.
Duke knocking on their door.
I think so.
Knocking loudly on their door. Knipple inside. Denied. And a good shutdown there by Wake. Proctor making a move inside. No one picked him up or shut him down. He gets his own miss.
Absolutely, and when you consider this game alone, you think about the fact that the last 3 times the Tar Heels have been in this building, Wake Forest has beaten them by average margin of 50. That's fitting, though.
Sure is.
Single digits outside.
My goodness. Getting it downstairs and collapsing on defense. Wake Forest with the... Davis on Sallis. Underway here in the second half. And let's see if the caliber of play gets a little better. Well, it does right away on the slam by Washington as he elevates off. Wake without an assist in the first half. That's pretty amazing, but 5 in the second half. Davis gets a good clean look and a 3, and they needed that one badly.
They absolutely.
Rex Steiner into the game for Hammond. The lob to shoot. Rex Steiner off the screen. Designed play there by Mike Young.
Free throw line does a tremendous lift to your confidence.
Sellers from 18. Rado tipped it to Hildreth.
Well, left Spillers wide open. Spillers have us up a game.
Well, Wake still hanging around, down by 2. Sellers blocked.
Sellers getting in setting pressure. Second turnover they forced.
It is NC State basketball, Mike. I thought that was the initial indication from the official. Along the baseline and Hill up and under.
And against the Deeks, you got to see weak side action. And they were always going to be cutting from the weak side. No one's better than that than Hunter Sallis.
Lucas Taylor with the long 3.
Didn't know where he was on the floor.
Second foul on Hildreth. Taylor from 15. Davis on the offensive glass.
Without shuffling in the game, that high-low action for Clemson is kind of taken away, and they go more to 4 around 1. And Zachary does a good job of finding the first-team defensive guy. Zachary, no good, goes to follow, and it's Reed who picks it up. Wiggins wide open. It went halfway down. Zachary. The Wake Forest players as well. We know that's happening all across the country. No doubt. Just having awareness of the platform that you have. And both Wake Forest and Clemson have seized those moments. A lot of pop in that jump shot. Forbes realizes if we're going to do anything, we're going to need Reed in the game. He plays with 4 fouls. That one is not on him, but it will send.
Wake Forest leading scorer. Brendan Rigsby offline. Sallis got it. Yeah, bounces it down to their leading scorer. Garcia back out to Patterson. Open. That's strong.
Terrific.
Roster turnover with all the new faces for the Catamounts this year. And the transfer portal was wide open. Emory launching for 3.
And they're coming up with the foul. But again, the key thing is you can't give up open threes. This team's going to push it, make or miss.
Arnie Richter cleared the bench already. 4 guys coming in: McConnell, Skinner, Garcia, and Johnson.
Nothing to be afraid of. Take the moment.
Cosby switches on to Dean. Poked away by Sallis, stolen by point attempts last season.
Yeah, he went 2 of 20 in the last 5 basketball games, including the NIT.
There were a lot of points in the women's basketball.
I want some talking about it. This team, they've got firepower a lot of different ways. They can beat you a lot of ways on Sunday. Bam.
Darius Ward.
2 misses like that, he may not get a third.
Cadeau with the ball. He had 10 assists in their win against Notre Dame. He'll leave that one short. Both 15 points to this juncture of the game. Mainly because this man with the ball has been shut out. No longer draining a R.J. Davis, the grad, over 170 games at North Carolina, fills up another one from three-point land. And that's game number 2 of our quarterfinal. Duke won game 1 despite an ankle injury to Cooper Flagg. Misfire here by Davis. They did
up with the ball. They just couldn't convert on that hustle play.
Open 3, bang, in there.
Tough to make that look pretty.
There's a bump in the lane, and then a fadeaway is good by Nathan George. His mentioned the students are out for spring break. That's a very early spring break here they have at Wake Forest. Student body of 5,000. The veteran, the graduate from Purdue, Mason Gillis.
Yeah, Mason Gillis with 11 points in that game. Knocked down 3 threes, especially one late, under 2 minutes. So I'm off the clock.
6 to shoot. Flagg pulls up and drains it.
From the exact spot where he just...
And everybody should have someone like this running their basketball program.
And she is the first general manager in college basketball. And we have heard other...
35-32. That's been their man. The 2, basically, Davis and then under...
A defender, but it's disheartening. You do it for all that time, and he winds up with the ball.
That'll be a foul again.
Whatever it takes for the Deeks to knock in a 3, is what Cam Hill just said.
McNeely answers with a 3 on the...
I thought Hunter Sallis should have stepped into that 3 and taken it instead of taking the mid-range jump shot.
Ames, step back 3, drills it. Day Ames.
Point Cavaliers lead on the road. Trying to burst Wake Forest bubble. Ames. That rim's out no good.
Duties, he has more decision-making duties, and it could be a lot for a player, but I think he's more than capable of it.
Here is Edwards, a second-year Mustang. Sallis stripped it away.
Spiller's got it. He shot that little fadeaway hook. That time he went up and dunked it, and that's exactly what Wake Forest needed.
That's the 3rd assist tonight for Sallis.
There you
Watkins
go.
offensive foul.
Wilkinson all the way and draws the foul.
That's it. Shot clock winding down, goes baseline and reverses it in.
That's a great individual move. 2 teams are battling. This game means something.
69-67. Batson down the lane, had it knocked out of bounds. No, offensive.
Shooting day for Pitt. Second best offense behind Duke in the ACC by offensive efficiency. Lowe just lost it on the way up. In the game is a tip out by Reed and an 8-point Deacon lead. Lowe will answer his first bucket of the half.
And see, that's why
Under 5 to play. 5 is the Wake Forest advantage. Crossover from Lowe. Oh, beauty of a step back.
He's a motivated, high-octane coach.
Peppering at the horn. Sure! You betcha.
Every aspect of the game. Does Efton Reed know that they're behind 27 points?
I don't know, but pointing to the crowd, not doing anything for you, Coach.
It's not for me.
Yeah, and that's good.
You did it with sincerity. You actually care about the product we put out there, and you love the game.
Here, and the biggest heart you're going to find anywhere. We love him so.
A vocal leader. Ian Johnson can absolutely be that. As he mentioned to Myron, he doesn't want to step on toes, but I mean, this is big boy basketball. Sometimes it has to happen at this level.
Davis trying to slice through.
Basket went up strong.
Are you speaking from experience there?
Hey, listen, if he wants a couple more pounds, I got a couple he can have.
Offensive foul.
45 to get this victory.
Roger Ayers, Eric Lewis, Tommy Morrissey in charge of the action this afternoon. Long time AACC rivals. Ben Middlebrooks is back in the lineup.
Ball. Didn't get it, so they reset out front. Carlos into the lane. Off the back iron. Lampkin had a shot. Freeman takes a seat after picking up his third foul. Jair Davis returns for the Orange. He sets the screen. Carlos travels with it down 71-65. Carlos leaves Sallis. Couldn't finish though. Couple of huge free throws. 73-65. Now 67 for Syracuse.
Courtside. Today's the 42nd game that Roger Ayers has worked in 44 days so far this season. It's kind of a slacker. He took Freeman, picked up by Sallis. Finds a little space, knocks down a three.
Got caught on the switch.
Charlotte told you that Florida was up 25-10 on Carolina. It's now a 2-point game in the second half. Tar Heels have come back. We got a good one here.
But that's only his 5th made 3 of the year.
Boy, if he can start knocking down that with consistency, the sky is the limit. Beetle misses.
Down tightly on that stuff, usually when it's out on the perimeter.
Beetle step back 2. Sallis corrals.
That.
Yeah.
Like they are. They've earned it to a degree, and there has to be some business element to it. Come on now. Oh, Wade, the bank is open late. Do it. The best way to do it is build on something and said, do this even better. Make this adjustment. Counter based on this. Under 4 to play. Taylor. In and out. Read the board.
Excellent defense that time by the Gophers, just simply keeping themselves in front of the ball and their man.
Oh, Patterson behind the back, step back, and he nails the chicken half. 5-point advantage. Minnesota just has to put something up quickly. They got to get a basket here. 9 seconds. Patterson misses the 3. Read the board. Only as good as his players, but they do have a strong rotation here. Denzel Aberdeen getting some early run here in the first few minutes. Walter, another validating one for either squad. Florida has beaten Florida State. Wake Forest has beaten Michigan. Back to back for Clayton.
He will, but he can really run.
Good size for this team as Lovejoy is in the middle, gets blocked, and there's a foul called on the floor.
Your star guard in the backcourt, Hunter Sallis. And he said, it's funny you asked that. He was asking why he was late today before we were supposed to come.
As he runs down the court, or perhaps a grimace. This is Conwell. That was a heat check 3, and it was off the mark. Cameron Hildreth, the
game last night. Ball slipping through Cooper Flagg's hands a couple of times.
Got to know where you're going. Got to have an idea.
Gregory, short. Long rebound. Atkins saves it.
2 maybe. Definitely a 3 and a 4. And if you need him in the post, he can do that.
High hedge from Reed. Pull up 3. Archie missed it. Loose ball. Ups. Number 2 on Cam. Illegal.
About is him on the offensive glass too, and that's going to be to Reed to try to keep him off.
George right in the face of Sallis knocks it down right here on the CW. He missed them both, did Powell. And he's a good shooter.
And those weren't even close either.
And then dribbling and rebound.
I'll tell you, and the thing for him, especially in the tournament coming up, is in the past he's had some foul trouble issues staying on the court.
Fender. He's getting about 18 minutes a game. Flag on the attack and a foul 2. And
Just like a broken record, finishes with
take a few more of this game.
Boy, that's a nice gliding power move by Davis. And that is the mark of the fighter indeed, brought to you by Modelo. That's a tough attempt right there by Logan Imes. Rejected by Spillers. Down. And push the lead back up to 5. Now into the lane, and Davis will go to the free throw line.
You know, they're going with their zone, and again, with the shooting from Virginia, you got to be concerned about it.
Scramble for the ball. Spillers. Deep three. McNeely can't quiet the crowd.
Harris kicks it back out to George. 4 quick points off the bench for the SMU reserve.
9 on the shot clock. Hop step, Watkins throws it up and in.
That's a really good play by Lane for Sallis.
Back to a 16-point lead. Jackson pulls up and cans a jumper.
And that's Jack.
Game plan defensively for Wake. Here comes another one. Sellers pull-up jumper, too strong.
Good job by the Demon.
Yeah, that's just the second possession here in this second half. How do you defend that?
Well, one-on-one, it's hard. You have to bring a second defender, Dave.
Akara had it stripped away. That's a turnover. It's from Hildreth and Hunter Sallis. So Wake's back up by 3. Thompson with the left hand, no. Tried to follow his own miss. Cameron Hildreth on the bench with 4 fouls. Game changed when he had to go to the bench. Sellers elevates, in and out, no good.
Yeah, it's a good look by Isaiah.
Run for the Demon Deacons. Pitt has gone cold, 4 of 15 from the field, but Dunn will drive it there and get fouled. Out to contest. Austin.
Good ball fake.
Lowe drives it on Sallis, who blocks the shot.
Quick back to the point guard position where he started the majority of the beginning of this season and struggled offensively until they kind of got him off the ball. As we speak about stretch.
Poteet in traffic. Hammond thought about the 3. Shot clock down to 5. Hammond amongst the trees. It is knocked out of bounds. Burnham inside. Lowell. There's the double team. Nearly intercepted. Hammond hit the backboard. Poteet.
You know I like Spillers, right? 8.8 rebounds per game.
Sellers puts it up. Not buying.
This afternoon, he'll step back. Couldn't get it away. Juke was in his face. Taylor on the drive against Sallis. Harris comes up with it.
Well, it's early in the game, Tom, but
from 3, that was a season high. Middlebrooks shovels it to pass. Elevates.
Yeah, every shot.
And the second 3 for Fredrickson. Hill in traffic. Knocked away. Hildreth up ahead. Fredrickson.
His first points of the game. Off the timeout. Let's see how Syracuse responds. Well, they do with a bank shot from their point guard, Carlo. As many as 10 in the first half. Wake has led by as many as 8 here in the second.
Even against some of the great talent in the ACC.
Right now, they're up 12-7. And one of the things they said, we got to shoot the basketball well to have a chance here tonight. And so far, they have.
Said if we just shoot 35% from 3, we're good. They have gotten good looks.
There's a charge.
Let them get 3s. So, yeah, coaches lose their mind when they see their best shooter get an open look.
Phelps drives, missed the bunny. 10 minutes left in the game. They work it around. Phelps.
Especially with Reed out of the game with the 4 fouls.
Phelps drives in, he'll go to the line.
Garcia calling for it. Instead, the cross-court feed to Rigsby. Rigsby into the paint, goes up. Sallis might have got a piece of it. It's still flipped. And Reed with 8. So Reed is starting to awaken a bit in this second half. Only had 2 at the break. A tap out all the way in the backcourt. Thomas Houck is on the floor. Aberdeen is their 6th man. Guard off the bench. Can't hit the off-balance jumper. Spillers lost.
And get out quicker before the defense sets up.
Clayton gets blocked. Recovered. Open. Hildreth in the air. 3 is good. First double-digit lead for either team today. Aberdeen into the paint. Jump stop. Gets fouled. Aberdeen is going to the free throw line area. Will Richard trying to blow by Sallis. High off the glass.
And this direction was pretty good.
Back on the inside now. Quick trigger. And Wake Forest will get the ball. Played for the Phoenix Suns back in the 90s. Sister played for the Chicago Sky this past year as well in the WNBA. Nadeau.
This side.
Nadeau working on Hildreth. Gets it back over to Lovejoy. He's in the paint. That's his move right there.
Well, it's spacing. It's spacing, and you get it in Lovejoy's hands. Let him make a play.
Boy, he's been good with that drive, stop.
Sitting in the Miami Heat in an office with no windows. Looks like he's about 12 years old, breaking down film. Baseline jumper. A rebound by Abbas.
Coached both of these programs and died far too soon at the age of 56 with a heart attack in 2007. First bucket will have to wait. Entel's got it. Now Swain. Fremantle guarded by Juke Harris. And went 11-9 in the ACC and did not make the tournament. A crafty move to get to the rim there by Trey Green, and he draws the foul. Conwell drops it off, but a foul.
Upstate is 1-2. The Deacons are the 3rd ACC team they've played. Just a little over a week. Sallis rebounds. Nice pass inside by Dean. Kick out to the corner. Garcia. Cross court for Chico Johnson. Short. Harris. Good high hedge from Reed. It's Gregory now. Sidestepping 3. It goes! It's a 1-point game with 20.
And this guy, one very interesting, Roddy Gale, coming from Ohio State. The rival.
With 4 on the shot clock, that one's going to fall short.
The young Juke Harris is a guy's a highlight waiting to happen. That's the reason there's so much excitement for this Wake Forest basketball team.
Archie missed everything. It's a shot clock. Archie spinning into the lane. Over Sallis. No good. Wake Forest basketball.
Horton involved in something. He's got the lift to create a shot right there. There we go. Yeah.
Friendly roll for Horton.
For this team. And you're openly talking about it. And you can't blame anybody but yourself when it comes down to it. That's some tough losses down the stretch. And like we both talked about, loss and not
Wear this uniform. Well, you see a different look in the eye of Hunter Sallis, Cameron Hildreth, and Efton Reed. All 3 of those guys turned over for Sallis. He has Fredrickson running with him. The scoop.
He's still inbound. That does go off of Jalen Withers' foot. If it were under 2, they could go back and review it, but it ends up being a great play defensively.
And then in the half court, it kind of kept Nate George under wraps and a lot of careless passes and turnovers.
The soiree was not even looking for the seniors. And you always like to remember those guys. And more than likely they don't get in the game, but they've given it their all for 4 years here at Georgia, or rather at Wake Forest. And both get power. And he's a good shooter.
And those weren't even close either.
And then dribbling right into a double team. It's not been Lance Terry's day so far. And then a long pass ahead, and look at Hildreth just run it down.
He's in the free safety position back there.
50 seconds to go. Wake Forest has to foul. For Sallis. Steals it. Behind the back. Up and in.
Styles from O'Connell. Steps inside. Sallis knocked it away. Sallis gets on the floor and saves it. Down the floor, Hildreth from Harris.
And B.J. Edwards causing the turnover on that previous possession.
Boopy is out with a left foot bruise. They are hoping he's out for just about a week. It's a precautionary move.
Out of their points in the paint, coach said, comes in the half court. Meanwhile, Florida State likes to get out and run. Ewan on the pick and the flare and the deflection and a steal. A rim run. Spill.
Reno is screaming at some of his teammates, I think, to start moving. Bad pass stolen by Sallis. Wake might have an advantage. Sallis on the attack. Possession here in this second half. How do you defend that?
Well, one-on-one, it's hard. You have to bring a second defender, Dave.
Akara had it stripped away. That's a turnover. Hildreth got cut off by Reno.
It's immaterial now.
Sellers flips it up. No good. Loose ball. Wake's gonna watch the final second tick off the clock, and the Demon Deeks
behind Duke in the ACC by offensive efficiency. Low. Just lost it on the way up. A fumble. Sallis for Spillers, and
he's one of the best weak side defenders because he's active just like that. And I do think that he is a really good teammate. I think he cares about winning and he cares about making plays that result in impact.
A little dramatic, but it's not far off for Wake and their tournament resume.
You can't get screened here.
Oh, it's knocked away.
They try to post up, leg it.
I think Johnson may have gotten it.
He falls down.
What's with this floor? Everybody's slipping and falling.
Sallis in the passing lane. Sallis pressing downhill, poked away. Possession game now. Tech's got to go quickly. Rex Steiner had his pass knocked down. Harris had it, hits the deck. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for the freshman.
Morrissey in charge of the action this afternoon. Long-time AACC rivals. Ben Middlebrooks is back in the lineup. He's involved in the turnover. Sallis 1-on-2. Past O'Connell.
Percent from three. So it turns into a rock fight at times. Even though the Deeks came out early, blistering from the floor.
Sallis gathers.
Some teams don't make that adjustment and force him to be a scorer. There's another just really unforced turnover there. And who takes advantage of these?
Zachary going to cut, good hand. Sallis, he's the first one to the floor, and that's why Wake Forest got the ball. Good hustle, Hunter Sallis.
Yeah, some guy. Venning has been kept under control, and a big part of the reason for that is Reed.
Check that. That's only his second.
Okay.
Personal foul. So just 2 on Reed.
You got to give Hildreth credit for that. He knew there was nothing going baseline other than to get that bottom defender to occupy and then make the skip pass.
Another turnover. This time Sallis rocks it home.
ACC.
Right now they're up 12-7. And one of the things they said, we got to shoot the basketball well to have a chance here tonight. And so far they have shot it pretty well.
Yeah, they've gotten good shots. They just haven't made.
Of A&M right now, 3rd on the all-time scoring list.
I mean, look, there are a lot of dudes out there that are going to be able to score 2,000 points if they stay around long enough, but not many do it at the same place.
Yeah. Spiller.
A few extra turnovers than you probably have.
Phelps has his stolen by Sallis.
So Reed is starting to awaken a bit in this second half. Only had 2 at the break. Osama went in, lost it. Numbers. Johnson really effective in this second half. It's back to a 13-point game. Elijah Martin, Damian, now has 16. Sallis takes that one away and throws it down.
Knock it down.
Detroit Mercy now trying to answer back, and that one is stripped by Sallis. And here we go, Wake Forest with the pickpocket.
I love the attitude.
Now back in for the Titans. That was knocked away from Sallis. He's up ahead. Can he beat the defender? And he jams on him.
There we go.
Ball stolen. And there's Hildreth in the paint.
Just as we were explaining.
And another steal, and another bucket right there for Wake Forest. Back to back.
The thing is, you can't give up open threes. This team's going to push it, make or miss.
Diggs get it back. Sallis came away with it.
The Bass, still raw, but he can do that. Pick, roll, and finish around the rim.
Grew up in Nigeria and prepped at the NBA Africa Academy. Meanwhile, a foul called on
here from Richmond, Virginia. Little full court pressure.
Yeah.
Sallis the steal. Fredrickson. He's going the line. Late January. Efton Reed, if that's a serious issue, would be a gargantuan loss. But Hunter Sallis put the team on his back. Hunter Sallis.
Boom.
Cosby switches on to Dean. Poked away by Sallis, stolen by Cosby. Dean slow to get up. Tyler Johnson turning it over about 3 seconds after coming off the bench. And an unnecessary power dribble there from the big man Whitaker.
In March.
Georgia, Utah, and LSU.
Utah, right.
Tigers in overtime.
They lost to LSU in overtime down in Charleston. I did that game.
All those games were close.
Exactly.
This type of thing that happened, I think they found the perfect guy.
We were just here recently, and I mean, they're averaging up over 16,000 a game.
And he's got some decent looks, too.
Burton had it swatted away, got it back. And Roper into 35-32. That's been their man. The two, basically, Davis and then underneath and drawing.
He has more ball handling duties. He has more decision-making duties. And it could be a lot for a player, but I think he's more than capable of it.
Here's Edwards, a second-year Mustang. Sallis stripped it away. Sallis, I think.
Wilkinson in trouble. Now Stojakovic in the corner. Spins baseline. Tried to flip it up. Sallis blocked it. Sissoko tried to dunk it. And he got advantage.
Tyler Johnson aggressive to the basket. The sophomore from Brooklyn shows you his ability.
Another pass from Reno down low. Another shot deflected. That was point-blank range.
And Hildreth jumps out to contest. Austin.
Good ball fake.
Lowe drives it on Sallis, who blocks the shot. Quickly the other way. It's a three.
Nailed it on a tremendous amount of opportunity. So a very important game for the Demon Deacons on the road.
Hadley blocked by Sallis. What a rejection.
But how about Hunter Sallis? Not only the it's fitting
sure is
single digits outside.
My goodness. Getting it downstairs and collapsing on defense. Wake Forest with the rejection. His
Him a couple times, left Spillers wide open. Spillers having something game.
Oh, Wake still hanging around, down by 2. Sellers blocked.
Sellers can't believe this. I made him.
51 and the second three for Fredrickson. Hill in traffic. Knocked away. Hildreth up ahead. Fredrickson the catch.
He sits at the scorer's table. Johnson's pass off the back of Majstorovic, and here comes Cobb. Sallis met him at the rim.
From Charlotte, told you that Florida was up 25-10 on Carolina. It's now a 2-point game in the second half. Tar Heels have come back. We got a good one here as well.
They add some weight, and he will, but he can really run.
Good size for this team as Lovejoy is in the middle, gets blocked, and there's a foul called on the floor. Johnson juggles it around, and Lovejoy comes away with it, and he's up ahead. Knocks it off the glass. Big time play for Sallis.
Reed nearly broke it up to Fremantle. Great help defense by Sallis to force a tie. Reed catches the high bounce, but couldn't do anything with it. Conwell, Fremantle loses the handle.
Brown puts his head down and gets turned away emphatically by
Davis finding Trimble. He's open. He can't cash in, but a whistle on a play.
And Sallis fouling.
First half, who does that help?
Well, it helps Wake Forest because this is what they do defensively. They can stifle you.
Way downtown, and RJ connects.
But the change in Davis out to about 40 feet trying to get a bucket.
Davis passed him with a kick out. Jackson open, around and out.
Guy who can take the ball all the length of the floor.
Well, I tell you, it is impressive, though, watching him. He's very agile, gets a rebound after the assist.
Underneath it, and Hildreth just tracks it down and tapped it away. Great defensive play. Wow. Not even close.
Not even close is right.
I mean,
Pinnable to the paint. Proctor's open.
When you consider how long he's coached against the Blue Devils and again against Coach K and his teams, that's a tremendous compliment to John Shire and what he's done. But when you've got guys like Mason.
19 through 1922. It's a very, very young team. Shot clock at 1 and answering the bell from the corner. Had it swatted away, got it back. And Roper into the lane. Another three ball and another miss. Notre Dame starting to fall in love. 9:15 to go in the opening half. Here's Burton.
There were 3 white jerseys around him on that defensive possession.
Wouldn't you be?
Oh, it's they've had so much success attacking the rim.
Davis kicks it out to the corner in the second three ball for Serta. The lob, swing it in the corner to Burton. No good. Another three ball to tie, and it's short. 2 seconds to go. Shot.
Wake is scoring the basketball. They just got to get stops. Offer a little bit more resistance, and that's too easy.
McNeely, nothing but the bottom of the net.
1-3-1 does with size. Hunter Sallis is a big guard. It's forcing you to throw over the top.
Haynes misses it. Rhodey, deep three, hits it.
Great ball.
With 2, they've gone 1 and 10 in the last 11. O'Connell wraps it into Middlebrooks. He was open. O'Connell for 3. That's too strong. And McNeil with the offensive rebound. O'Connell hits this time. Timeout. O'Connell past McNeil. Stiles, who's got 12 in Middlebrooks. Here's Paul McNeil. Too deep on the 3. Batted up in the air. But I don't even remember the other one. And yet Wake Forest is up by 5. They trailed 11-0. O'Connell lets it fly. Maybe that'll. Edwards finds the open man in the corner. It's Chuck Harris for 3. And that's where.
Next dead ball will send us to the under 12 media timeout. Stepping into a 3, wide right. Rebound batted around. The freshman has it.
Reed, that's a shot he really has to make.
Bouncing back door. Davis a 3. Florida State 1 for 12. Offensive rebound
tonight, but he's not a great three-point shooter.
Watkins trailing a 3, drills it. Just the 3rd 3 of the game for.
Campbell left alone for 3. DJ's off. Ballou with the rebound. Wake Forest is almost like those defensive backs coach and linebackers that just try for the strip every time and are effective. Wilkinson's effective. The three is good for Hakovic.
Opportunity in transition. Look to attack while the defense is broken down.
Wilkinson left alone, buries the three.
Including the guy who's got the ball right now, Batson. Reno is screaming at some of his teammates, I think, to start moving. Bad pass stolen by
Season high was 11. Today he's got 16.
They're in their 1-3-1 zone.
Austin has to hoist it. Austin misses it. Tipped
Number 2 Duke. Auburn still number 1 in a big matchup with Tennessee coming up tonight. The kick and a sweet shot there by Gillis. Out to midcourt and a save by Gillis. Gillis open straight on. And another basketball on ESPN. Flag looking to go around the back. Got free. James will fire it up and swish it in from three-point land. Gave him a little love. Missed 2 free throws. 30-18. In the corner, Gillis. Rebound tapped around by Duke. Ripper flag. In the corner, the jumper coming from James, but that didn't touch anything.
Did it win in?
It's a 12-1 run here for Wake. Proctor, good look. No. The misses keep on coming. In support of the Demon Deacons. Here's Davis to fire. Once again, good looking.
Came up a little bit short, and he's the quickest one out of the corner to go chase down that offensive rebound.
3 ball no good by Tyler Johnson.
Reno. Double came quickly. Sellers for 3. Got it. His first basket of the
Hill flings it back over to Styles. 12 points now for Sallis. Styles, not bashful at all. The miss. Huntley Hatfield over the top, rips it.
Prove like this, that's going to be a big plus. And if they can get Parker Fredrickson right, that's going to be another big bonus.
17 points, a season high in the.
That's what you want to do to get him out of it. You get no free press. Press. Rotate. We got to attack the basket on the other end. Great job out of Deke so far.
10 minutes to go in the half. Syracuse with the ball down by 10. Cuff from the corner. Eddie Lampkin, Freeman calling for it. 5 on the shot clock. Cuff has to put it up. And a terrific reach.
Deeks are going to their zone.
Carlos and Taylor have been the story this afternoon for Syracuse.
That have been doing the yeoman's work, and the women behind the scenes as well. It has been outstanding to watch as the college football playoff expanded to 12 teams.
On College Game Day, they have showed up in force wearing their orange.
Zachary wide open, just missed that 3, and that could have made it a 13. Drawing board to figure out how they're going to be able to come up with an alternative offensive player. Hunter fires the 3. That's down and out.
Even defensive stance. Everybody's moving on the basketball. You may score, but you have to work the score.
Another excellent defensive possession.
Absolutely.
His father was a three-time captain at UVA, 1,400 career points. Foul on the rebound. Here's Kelly, the 6'3" junior from Houston. Eagles have cooled off after making their first three from distance.
And the second on Benning.
Johnson deflects the pass, right back to McFarland. Here's Payne, 4-3. Ball comes back to Hand. Time. Kelly with 6 on the shot clock, or rather on the game clock. And enough
was too late with that pass. Reed was open.
Strong finds the open Beatles, spotting up, 4-3.
More lasting impact if they figure it out.
Here's Taylor from deep, knocks it down. Just a third, though, on the night.
But because of that, they should take more shots and stop turning it over, because you get more and more opportunities to get offensive rebounds.
Displaying the intensity, the hustle, and the effort. Minnesota leads it by 2, though, after that late Lakai Patterson second early season win against a power conference opponent. Beat Michigan a few weeks ago. Patterson for 3. Down and out for those setup. Martin's underneath, drive and kick. Will Richard, that's the marksman. Misfires from deep on his first season. Has it deep, he's off to a really fine start, averaging nearly a double-double. Corner, Martin for 3.
Nice athlete. 14 points in the second half in that Michigan game also.
Richard for 3, offline. Who wants it? The freshman recovers.
Yeah. Coach Montgomery wants him to kind of keep the pace up for this team. 6 for 3, misses it. Working on Spillers. Still can't get it to go. Still nothing for Nadeau. Is really cold in the deep.
Let's get the sense Stansbury wants to shoot it. Instead, he dishes. Nice Emery, an air ball. And Pelote.
Against South Carolina upstate. That one off the mark. Both teams exchange a scoreless possession, and Ryan Conwell changes that. A three-pointer for great to see. At 2 threes today after he was 0 for 2 on the season coming in. That was in and out on Trey Green.
Almost a handoff. That wasn't necessarily a pass there. And Abbas flushes it.
Davion McKnight flushes that for 3.
Martin 3 for 11. Like how Upstate's playing, Stan. They're playing with a purpose. Oh, from his backside. What a reach.
Martin. Upstate's very happy. Good movement, back cut, jumper.
Too strong from the wing for Adkins. Gregory to Adkins. Oh, Dean almost threw it down.
But give him a lot of credit for going in, coming up with the offensive rebound and the putback.
So 2-point game. Deep one off the backboard from the corner by Donaldson.
You thank that guy, Hunter Sallis, for coming back to school. First team All-ACC performer coming back.
Yeah, he's doing very well. Jones up top will misfire here. Reuben Jones, the grab. Shot clock down to 7. Donaldson gets it free. Burnett off the iron. Big battle for the rebound.
For the Demon Deacons.
Donaldson swings it back for Jones. Donaldson wants to launch it. In and out. Good, clean look.
Cam Hildreth.
NCAA rule allowing folks to wear single-digit numbers between 6 and 9. That had not been allowed in the past. Second chance.